it hard to enjoy the thing. So I don't know, but there's other communities like that. I'm just picking on Star Wars because we're talking about Star Wars.
You know what? My opinion on gatekeeping has softened slightly, but it's very situational. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, some stuff needs gatekeepers. And it's become very clear as of late. And I don't mean like fandoms, right? Just
yeah.
If you want to like something, you're allowed to like something, that kind of deal. But like,
yep.
You know, I don't want to continue that line of thought. It's not formed enough, and I'm still trying to fix shit.
No, that's fine. I will say this about you, which is that I understand wanting to keep like your things yours,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I don't like it when people do that thing where they are rude or aggressive to somebody who's new into something, because that's not how you like share the thing you like.
Yeah,
I understand
yeah.
wanting to
Absolutely.
not have the thing you like changed by becoming like super popular, right?
Yeah.
And like that I get. But I don't truck with like intolerance towards like new people or whatever, or doing the thing where somebody tells you they're a fan of something, so you have to ask them 5 questions to prove they're a fan of a thing.
Yeah, that's lame. That's lame as hell.
Well,
I'm mostly talking about like cultural things.
Yeah,
absolutely need gatekeepers, and
sure,
because
cultural appropriation bad.
Yeah.
I think that's a little different in the fact that it more needs to like, there needs to be a prevention of things like cultural appropriation than there needs to be like true like gatekeeping, right?
I would agree. It's just like you kind of have to have one before the other, and like
I guess that is
true. Lack of gatekeepers means you just, because there's also like a point of no return, right? Where it's become so appropriated that people forget that it was ever someone else's.
Yeah, and I could see how that's true.
Whereas I'm going to act like the museums in England, and I'm going to appropriate all the culture. I want all of it. I'm not gonna settle for a single thing. I'm going for all of it. No, on cultural appropriation. One of the things that I kind of when I was younger got mad about, I guess, was at a certain period of time in middle school, Pokemon became unpopular. Whereas like, oh no, Pokemon's, this is using middle schooler like 2005, 2004 terminology here. Pokemon's gay. What, you like Pokemon? That type of situation of it's for babies type of thing. Yeah. Whereas I remained a Pokemon fan, and then like I want to say like 2010 hit, and everybody liked Pokemon again. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, you motherfuckers, you're the ones saying you didn't like it. Like, no, you can't just be like,
no, keep that energy.
It's for babies. Yeah. It's like, don't come crawling back to Pokemon after you've said so much shit about it, you know.
Or at least don't try to act like a day one, you know.
Yes, don't act like. I will agree. It was definitely 2010 because that's when like Heart Gold and Heart Silver came out. It was 2009, but then Black and White, which is largely viewed by a big chunk of the community as one of the best game sets, came out as well.
It's one of the only ones that got like an actual sequel.
Yeah, Black and White
like
2,
like a number sequel.
I will go out on a limb and say that the best made games were Generation 3, like Ruby and Sapphire, because that's when they added abilities. That's when they did a bunch of stuff. Like they changed the way the game functioned. So then like every game that they've created since is based off of the Ruby and Sapphire like style. And like
the most important mechanic.
Yeah,
the most important mechanic, a little base you can decorate with stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Sure. I was gonna say Emerald is probably the best single release game.
Yeah.
It just is, right? But like the remakes they did of like Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver, where they incorporated all the new mechanics, those are still some of the best games because like the originals were done so well. But then X and Y follows that same like X and Y. Black and White follows that same thing, and then X and Y kind of started to change things a little bit because that's when they added Mega Evolution, and then they did Sun and Moon, and then they added like the Z moves and stuff, and a lot of people were kind of out on that, although I thought those games were fun. And then now they've moved to more of an open world concept, which is a little buggy sometimes, but is still a lot of fun, and I really enjoy.
They're still new at it, to be fair.
Totally. It's exact thing.
Not everybody can be, what is it, Breath of the Wild when they first do open world, right?
Yeah. Sword and Shield was semi-open world, and you could travel around, but you still had very like you were still on tracks. You had to go in a circle, and then like Legends Arceus was open world in each level you got to play, but you still had to like travel to different maps. So Scarlet and Violet was the first actual open world game experience they had. So that it was buggy on release is not surprising. And they haven't fixed some of those like weird random issues you'll have every once in a while. But on the whole, the game is very playable and a ton of fun. And people who I feel like people who criticize it a lot are criticizing it unfairly in some aspects. Whereas it has fair criticism, but there's a lot of like unfair criticism.
Like bad faith criticism.
Yep, yeah. Especially because if you think about it, like Game Freak, the company that makes this, is still like 14 people or something like that, which is wild. There's still like 14 people development team, and they make a Pokemon game every 3 years.
So it's not on Game Freak, it's just another Nintendo, what are you doing? This IP makes you how much money you can't hire more people? What the fuck, guys?
I think they choose to be a small outfit. They've actively
14 people is microscopic for game
I know,
though, right?
I don't remember. I think it's
that's like
that money those people
now,
would love help.
Yeah,
you know.
No, I think it's up in the 20s now. But I remember they did a thing on Game Freak and like, currently they have 207 employees, but their development team is smaller than that. That's just employees. But like their original development team,
that
like
makes
10 people or whatever.
Sense. So they can actually offload some of the shit that they don't. The dev team
cool, because they have art people, they have whatever.
Yeah,
but like their
that
actual
makes
like
sense.
game development team is like 20 dudes.
That actually makes
I watched
sense.
the whole thing on it. It's very small, but yeah, they're an incredibly small company for the amount of like stuff they make.
Because I was about to say, dude, 14 people is like you got like half of them are coders, you know.
Yeah.
So,
No, they are.
I don't know how the fuck you get them graphics out.
Small amount of folks.
That reminds me of
we are fixed. So,
yeah, let's go.
Let's jump in here before we get too over.
One quick thing about coders, the development team is they asked the development team for Kirby to draw a Kirby, and the main artist drew Kirby, super cute, and all of them drew really good Kirbys until they got to the programmer, and he drew a very circle with a mouth. And kind of like not even like a perfect line circle, it's like squiggly. Yeah, and it's like lead programmer under the title, and everybody's like, "Yep, that checks out."
Everybody's got different talents, man. Everybody's got different talents. Hey, I started off doing graphic art and shit, and I am now learning Python. So hey, sometimes you can branch out. Dude.
I did C++ coding for a while, and I hate it. But
I haven't tried that, but I'm enjoying learning Python. But speaking of reptiles, last time
I don't have a big X on me.
Last time, there was a reptilian-ish thing involved, right? You guys dealt with that. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do any amount of recap at all, or just have Denozo be very confused.
Yes, confused. There's an 8-ink to count.
Yeah, basically, there's a giant 8-ink that was attacking them in the underground cavern because Sam decided to do something that I'm not going to reveal, so you can see it for yourself when you watch the VOD. They got attacked, and they were doing pretty bad. And then a bigger, scarier 8-ink showed up to bully that one back into the water, and then it took Sam captive, and then shenanigans have ensued since then. They did get a good night's rest. Sam had to sleep over where the 8-ink mother was. And Hattie stayed over there as well because buddy system, and then everybody else stayed at the gross, goopy dead people camp and had to roll fortitude saves. And as far as they know, they passed. Anyway, in the morning, Thorfinn's not doing hot, so which all of you back at the camp will obviously note, despite your collective total lack of medical training and heal skill, it'll still be pretty obvious, especially because hold on, let me find it. Where'd it go? I have a lot of windows open. That are these. Okay, how much? Yikes.
Selected my spells.
Ooh. Okay.
Snow pulls up.
He takes 7 points of strength damage. So yeah, in the morning, Thorfinn is not doing too hot. He's He's like obviously like gurgling and like in pain and like actually awake, but seems a bit too out of it to like super articulate what's going on. He's just like really pale and sweaty, and obviously something's going on with him. Like he kind of wakes up in a bit of a panic, but he has like he's like very weak as he's like trying to like grab or like push people and whatnot. And they're kind of Roy and Layla are both like going over trying to like kind of get him to calm down. And then he finally just sort of wilts, like passes back out. He's just out of energy. Let's see, so it's Eli and Rahala and Lamia. You're the other person that's still back in the camp. So yeah, you guys kind of witness that there's a bunch of shouting and stuff for a little bit, and then finally,
still unconscious, I believe.
I think by morning you'd be awake.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have healed.
Yeah. By morning you'd be awake.
A lot of negative points. Okay.
Yeah, I think we figured that last time because you'd be back in the positives.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you would. Well, yeah, that's funny. So the last thing Eli remembers is still the fight that he was in. So so Eli, when you wake up and there's like a bunch of shouting and stuff, you're not even sure where you are. But after after like a couple of minutes, probably, it like dawns on you. Okay, you're back at your camp thing. You can see some people here. There's a couple of folks missing. You still feel like shit, but you're awake. But obviously you don't know what happened while you were unconscious.
Right.
But yeah, a few minutes later they get him kind of calmed down, and Roy kind of steps back. He's just, damn, what do you think happened? He looks worse than he did yesterday. Oh, hey, Snazzy Man is awake, looks like.
Snazzy Man. I'm just looking around all confused.
Yeah, it does look like he's awake. Man.
What?
We probably need to drag him to Sam, because Sam's the only one that I know here that could identify what the heck's wrong with him.
With all due respect, are you out of your mind? There's a fucking big ass monster out there. You said so yourself. And a bunch more swimming around.
Yeah?
Okay, I feel like I missed something.
I heard you got attacked, and then they dragged you back here pretty hurt.
That definitely happened. We definitely did get attacked.
Hattie was working on you for a little while. Said you should be okay in the morning. Guess she was right. Her and Sam are still out there with the big thing. I guess he's looking at you, Lamia, to like clarify since you were there.
Yeah, Lamia will nod.
They've been fighting it.
Eli, long story short, because you were knocked out the entire time. The 8-Ank wants to talk to Sam specifically. Oh, I don't remember if you saw that one. There was a giant one that jumped out from the...
They were both unconscious when you got there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Sam
right.
had the same... Yeah, we've done this before, but with Sam.
Yeah.
Because we're both like, what? The same one? No, not the same one. Definitely the same one.
So, the 8-Ank that, I guess, knocked you guys out, a bigger one came out from the waters. And after some time, essentially, we kind of figured out, it wants to talk to Sam. And Sam's over there because it wants it keep him safe, essentially.
Okay. What? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, sure. What? But the little one was trying to eat us. And then it decided it wanted to play with its food, and the big one doesn't want to eat us? What does it want? A chew toy? I don't understand.
The big one wants to specifically talk to Sam. I told you.
Yeah, no, I heard you say that. It still doesn't make sense. You can say it until you're blue in the face. It still won't make sense.
I suppose the only way would be to speak with it, which I'm assuming Samuel's going to do.
That was the plan.
I don't imagine whatever it wants is going to be pleasant, so we should probably have another plan. I mean, I suppose we could just stay here and recover for a while, assuming we don't get attacked again. At least be in fighting shape to deal with it.
Oh, right. So Eli, there's like 5 of the smaller 8-anks. So
there's 5 of them?
Yeah.
We couldn't even take out one of them. I couldn't even get to let go.
So if we can get like everyone together, including Sam and Hattie, and we could get the hell out of here, that would probably be the best idea.
Yeah, but obviously he's got to talk to it first. Or it's just going to try and eat us again.
Layla speaks up and is just like, hey, I don't want to derail the planning and stuff. Thorvin's breathing is really shallow. I think something's really wrong.
Okay, well, then I guess let's go get Sam and see what we can do.
That 8-ank is not going to let Sam go. We have to take Thorvin to Sam.
Hold on.
No, your other friend, she was the one working on Eli?
Yeah,
Hattie
we can get Hattie. That's
fine.
But also, if he's got to talk to the 8-ank, maybe he can tell the 8-ank he'll be right back. Anyways, I'll go and get Hattie. Everybody just stay calm.
Don't you want a buddy for the buddy system?
No, I don't. I'm going to go get Hattie. Everybody stay calm.
Okay, Eli. Might want to practice what you preach.
Even just
I'm not
observing,
gonna hold on. I'm just gonna stand up. Yes, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna shake. Listen, I have been the one on the buddy system this whole time. Don't give me that. I'm not being a hypocrite. But here's the thing: of the people here, I gesture to everybody, Roy excluded. You're the only person who can defend that sick man who's lying there, right there. And no offense, Roy, but
Lamia isn't even trying to tease you or anything. She was actually pointing the whole, your voice is getting more high pitched and.
Oh, I'm getting frustrated. That is what's happening. With you tell me I'm being a hypocrite about the person who constantly says buddy system. It's frustrating.
I did not say that.
You did. You said practice what you preach. That's being a hypocrite.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Not practicing what you preach is being a hypocrite.
Is being a hypocrite. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to be indignant.
Lamia doesn't know that's what,
Yes, I'm going to be indignant now. I'm going to have a buddy. I'm walking through an empty tunnel. I'm getting Hattie, who is the buddy, and then she's going to come back, and then I'm going to be buddied with Sam and the 8-ank. So we're going to have buddies.
One objection. You look like a stiff breeze would kill you.
A stiff breeze will probably kill me, but that's fine. I've got a buddy. Its name is Aldwin. Anyways, Rahala, if you'd like, you can walk me there so I can fall over. Anyways.
Right.
Just to the edge of the tunnel, and then you walk back with Hattie because we'll swap buddies.
Swap buddies.
Yeah, buddy swap.
Okay, we'll do that.
What kind of weird dating game is this? Buddy swap.
I can help a bit, I suppose, as well. She gets up and kind of gives like a worried look over it. Thorfinn is like, should I try healing, maybe?
Well, that's one of the reasons I want you to walk back with Hattie. Just see what she says, and it might work.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want you to, waste magic, if it's not going to do anything.
Right, so you guys start walking back. After they leave, Layla's just kind of watching Thorfinn. She's sorry, I wasn't trying to start a whole fight or anything. Just, I'm worried about him.
Oh, no, I think you're fair to be worried about him. I think we're just all really tense, because majority of us almost died.
Majority?
And
I think everybody here's almost died at this point. that'd be everyone is more than a majority.
Yeah, no, Lamia's just like calculating and trying to figure out like when did this happen, and in response she'll be like, sure.
Roy's like, not me. I was just, prisoner. But I've been pretty all right for the most part.
Roy's our boy, after all.
Thank you, Roy. But yeah, we're tense, and like we had a place we wanted to be before getting down here, and I know you definitely didn't want to be down here. So I think we're just all tense and upset.
Thorvin like coughs really suddenly, like violently. His like body shudders for a second, and you can like hear him gag, and like very quickly like kind of turn him over, and he like throws up just immediately. And it's there's not much on his stomach, so unfortunately it's mostly like bile, and you can definitely see a bit of blood in there. All right, so Eli's on his way, but we'll jump over. Sam.
Yes.
You wake up. Hattie still seems to be asleep. She probably was up, like, awake longer than you.
Metrica.
Start saying your prayers and everything.
Yeah, just like. Yeah, I'm gonna need like
your spells ready.
Yeah, I do, because I'm just writing them. Because I'm like, yeah, we're gonna wake up. I do the bit. Is the 8-ink awake?
The 8-ink, you can't see its eyes or anything. It is just breathing very slowly because it's fairly well lit in there, but it's like a little dim at the moment.
Sam's just gonna chill for a minute, and let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to think if it's appropriate to be like, he puts his cloak on Hattie or something, be a nice man, be sweet.
Okay.
And he just does that and he...
Prepare your spells.
I don't know. Yeah. Prepare my spells, and I guess...
It takes about an hour.
Yeah. Once he... I don't know, I guess he's ready to try and deal with it. He's going to try and, I guess, get the 8-ink's attention. He's going to walk towards the head, or eye, like, whatever.
Yeah, as soon as you get out of the boat, its like whole body shifts and like kind of bends the opposite direction and looks over at you. And you see the eyes
we moved to the
open.
sand, but yes.
Oh, yeah. It's still same thing. Just as soon as you start moving, I didn't
want to sleep on the near the people goo.
That's
or person goo. Just like kind of stare at it for a second, just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna.
The head snaps back over towards like the cavern as Eli and you see Eli and Rahala appear, kind of in the entrance of it.
Sam waves.
I will half-heartedly wave back.
He's not looking good. I kind of reach out and just kind of like gently pat the 8-ink. Hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
Rahala like pats you on the back, and you can feel this like wave of healing energy. And she's like, "I'm not going out there."
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
You shouldn't either, just so you know. And her voice getting further away.
It's okay, I just got to get Hattie, and I'm going to adopt my international pose of discourse. I put my hands up.
You also have healed 17 hit points, by the way.
Nice. I put my hands up to show that I am not in any way trying to be a threat. Was I at 1 or was I at 0?
You were at 1.
Okay. Just important distinction between 18 and 17.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
It actually is, because you're not staggered, so...
Yeah, I'm like, Hattie,
wakes up like very suddenly.
Yeah.
Orvin needs medical attention. I'd take Sam, but it seems like he's busy now.
What? Well, yeah, but buddy system. Someone has to stay with him.
Rahala's here. I'm gonna wait. Don't worry. You take Rahala back, and I'll sit right here.
Eli, I don't know if you realize this, but you are like almost dead.
Oh no, I've been made aware. I've been updated on what happened.
And you got beat up by the smaller A-Dank already. I
was told that as well. As I have not taken my eyes from the bigger A-Dank because my mind is boggling how much bigger it is. Yeah, I have not taken my eyes off it yet.
So you think that even with those facts, you think you're still the person who should be here? The same team that already got beat up.
100% run as fast as possible using magic. So,
why wasn't that the old plan?
Because Sam was in its mouth.
A-Dank agitates slightly.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I see that, I'll be quiet, because Sam was in its mouth. So the plan was get Sam out of the mouth, then run away.
It just kept biting me.
Okay. Only because, like, he's fine. Okay, but don't do anything stupid this time. Both of you.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't say anything. I just smiled.
Sam will like brush the sand off her. Okay.
Stupid me, please. No.
Rash, he kind of glares at
spontaneous?
You as she's
maybe,
walking by.
Stupid, never.
But she'll very reluctantly step away, like keeps looking back at the A-Dank, which is just staring at Eli.
Thank goodness you're here.
He does walk back with Rahala. So, Eli, you're still, like, are you just in the cavern mouth, staying there?
Just standing right there.
Once it's just you guys, and there's, like, a pause, you get, like, Sam especially, hear, like, this kind of huff noise from the A-Dank as it, like, stands and starts making its way over towards Eli.
Tries to get its attention.
Do you like reach out and like tap it or anything like that? Or you're just kind of clearing your throat.
Hey.
It slows down, but is like very gradually still stepping in his direction. Eli, give me a sense motive, please.
Oh gosh! All right.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
He can't take the 15 he rolled the last time.
Nope.
Sensing that motive with
that
the
was
4.
a different A-Dank. All right.
Yep. A different.
This thing's expressions are just too alien. It's walking towards you, staring at you. It's been staring at you this whole time. The only other times you've been in this situation, something tried to eat you. So that's all you've got to go on.
Nice. All right.
Sam's gonna hurry
very
and cast.
slow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's gonna hurry and just cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, okay, like trying to get its attention ain't working.
Like it worked. It slowed way down, but it's still walking. But hey, well, you definitely didn't recover.
Man.
You cast it.
Boo. Yeah.
Boo.
But I took 2 uses of that today.
To Mr. Gaia and feel the power kind of move through your body for a moment.
Yeah. Excuse me, Miss Old Powerful One.
She pauses, and like you can see like the eyes kind of roll over and like watch you for a moment, and she says, "You speak now."
Yeah, I took a nap. I needed one.
I love that.
We'll be quick.
Sorry.
We speak after I eat this one.
Yeah, he's not. You don't want to eat him. He'll upset your stomach.
Doubtful.
Trust me.
Still walking.
He's got like weird, like, look at his shadow. His shadow does something weird. Like, you don't want that in you. Trust me.
Give me a bluff check.
Bluff.
Hey, you chose to lie, all right?
Hey,
that's funny.
Okay.
Hey, go ahead and add a luck die on that.
Just in case.
It is a total of 20.
21.
Right. Yeah, 21 now. Okay. It stands there for a second, and you can kind of see its head seems to like bob slightly as it's watching Eli, and says, "Never eaten shadow before. Not so hungry right now. Maybe later."
I can start peeling you some of these barnacles if you want.
You start hearing that like kind of clicking noise in its throat again. It doesn't translate into any words or anything, so it's just like a sound that it makes as it kind of lowers its head. It's still watching Eli as it begins to take steps backward. Like, never breaks, like other than like it looking at Sam for a moment, it like doesn't break its line of sight. Looking at Eli, who unfortunately can't understand it. You can understand
I'm
Sam.
Standing there with my hands up. Yeah, Sam's talking, so I'm just like,
you don't want to eat him. He has shadow stuff.
I'm just like, oh, buddy. Getting ready to just, try and teleport away as fast as possible. Be like, this is not good.
Yeah. Now, Eli, you do have, there's one advantage in that you're pretty sure this one probably can't fit easily into this cave. Like, it could make its way through, but not as easy as the smaller one could.
Yeah.
So if you retreat back that direction, probably get away. As long as you get at a snapping range.
I'm a teleport as far that way as I can, so.
That's
my plan.
But she does take a few steps back.
Big Ed Inc. Fearful Destroyer.
I am mother.
We do. Okay, Mom. We actually there's quite a bit of those recog. Sometimes I get Avarock and Recog switched in my brain.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
one's part of the other. But
yeah, we actually have. There's some of those Recog that we had upstairs. Some of those bodies. We can go get some of those for you and your children.
No,
if you
okay. Waste time. And she actually turns, finally turns away from Eli to look directly at you. It says, "Need you to take that." And she looks over where that giant ship is. Get rid of it. First, makes water heavy. Good for
nuclear facilities.
For children.
Okay. All right. So you want us to remove it from the area, not just sink it or something?
Remove.
Okay.
There is blight, tainted something in bowels of this stilled beast structure, what have you. Makes our space unclean.
You can't have that around your babies. No, I understand that. You want to provide optimal living conditions for your children, like aviary or such.
Different tests for children to grow proper. This is not acceptable as one.
Yes. Okay. We can do that. We will do that.
You will. You don't think it's a question?
Yep. We're your kiddo beat the tar out of us, so we would like a little bit of time if we can have that. Perhaps if we could move our people. They're not in the best place at the moment. Maybe move some of our people safe. That way they can heal up. That way we can do our best to take on this curse thing and remove it from your sanctum.
Need time. How many sleeps?
At least one. One more, because we just had a sleep, so probably tomorrow.
This can be granted. But after this, the children will need to feed.
Well, the good thing is we get everybody out of that area down yonder. There's all those bodies that y'all can eat.
Yes.
There's like...
Eldest retrieves them.
Yeah.
You can tell him to wait, but
that would
after
be good.
that, he will wait no longer.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of my supervision, he may choose to disobey.
Good news about that. Some of them done a little differently. They're probably not raw like you're used to. They've been cooked pretty bad. They died in a horrific way. I'm sure you'll be happy about.
Are you gonna take blame for that, sir?
Yeah. I mean, it is good engagement for them to have live prey, but it is nutrients. It'll help them grow big and strong. Sam was just like,
You come from where clan is Rakag, you say. Bring many live Rakag can sate children. Will make job easier.
I don't know how we would do that, but I can sure pass it along to my boss over there. He's kind of like, like how you're there in charge of all them. He's kind of the one in charge of me.
He does not look like Mother.
You would be surprised. You know how you were quick to correct their attitude? He is very much the same way. I think of all the times Sam is cussed and he's like, language
immediately.
Yeah.
Eldest had his blood on their tongue. Does not seem strong enough. You would do well to devour that one and take over your clan.
Well, don't tell him that, but I might do that someday.
You and your fucking nat 20 bluff. Now you're getting cocky. I'll make you roll again next time.
Look, the way Sam thinks of it is like, yeah, maybe I'll be like COO or something of all the logistics.
You get kind of a like accepting noise from her when you say that, like, okay, good.
Yeah, I am just trying to play into the we're weak, but I will be stronger than him, and that's what you're all about is yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna run off on you, I swear. On my kids. Because I do technically have adopted children. On their well-being, that I won't just, try to get out of this. Let me go explain that to him. We'll run back and explain that to the rest of our group, what we're going to do. We're going to try and set up, we're just going to be away from the water.
Yes.
Good distance away.
We speak once more when done.
Yes, I can do that today, and I will be able to do that tomorrow as well, when we wake again.
Head kind of bobs slightly, just looking over at Eli again.
Mm-hmm. I am, we are just grains of sand compared to you, just saying the normal shit that that worked last time with the other Phoenix. Like, oh, maybe it'll work again.
You get like a few lines out, and then you feel the magic wear off.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, there it goes. And I give her 2 thumbs up. And I start walking towards Eli.
She's just staring. She's still just staring at him. Doesn't come any closer this time. Just staring at him.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm just standing with my hands up still.
Yep. You need to go. Let's go. You're on. Let's move down the hallway. Smiling at her. She wants to eat you.
Why am I not surprised?
So you guys head back to the camp thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think on the way there, I'm just like, I think we have a way out of this situation. And I bought us another day at least to rest. I think we have her protection, so we can get out of this cesspit over here and onto the beach. Way up on the beach, far from the water.
Okay.
We just need to keep all the weaker people not near the water at all, ever.
Who are the weaker people? Thorfinn?
We get back in.
Yeah.
I assume so.
I think we're all
you're
weak
having
people.
This conversation while you're walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the bit of it.
So hold on. Yeah, fill me in about the boat. She wanted us to move the boat.
Yep. There was somebody on that boat in the mist. I don't know what that's about. She says it's cursed. It makes the water heavy.
Okay. Curses, maybe I can handle.
Okay, I'm looking at
water,
the situation.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. Finding big 8-ink and 5 other 8-inks, not possible. Instant death. Or it could be a boat.
Yeah, no, that's the best. Let's take the boat. Quick question, Sam. This is very, very quick question. Honest question. Do you know how to drive a boat?
Figure it out. I don't think Sam knows how to drive a boat. Steer a boat, no.
You think you could probably figure it out? I mean, mostly it's none of you are sailors, right? But
nope,
you might be able to figure it out.
Sam will lie and say, "I can make boats, man. Of course, I know how to drive a boat."
Okay, cool.
He's addicted to lying.
Sounds good.
Sam's gonna lie for positivity to make everybody try to feel better. Like, oh yeah, Sam's got it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Sorry. I think I'm finally come to terms that I was, ate pretty much. Man.
The last thing I remember was having an 8-ink roll over me and then waking up in here. That's
better than what happened to me. I remember getting out of a mouth and then turning around. That's the last thing I remembered.
Hey, so I'm pretty sure Thorfinn is sick, and not just like from whatever that poison was.
Yes. Shit.
Yeah, I think he caught something.
Well, let me
fast.
Let me look at him. I'm gonna go with a standard heal check first to see if I can tell anything with that, and then go further if I need to with spells.
Alright, give me heal check if you're using kit or no.
I only have like 1 use left, 2 uses.
It has 7.
7? Oh.
You only have 1 kit left, but it has 7 uses.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, wait, what? Yeah. I'll use a use. A usage.
Okay. Get it
so that's
+2.
This isn't to heal health. This is to do something else, correct?
Yes.
Trick with heal trick penalty, not having heal trick. Come here, let's say additional +2. So I guess it is. Okay, so the other half of that is the thing that's for healing. The first half is just I get a bonus to using a healer's kit.
Yes.
Okay, so it would be plus 4 then?
Plus 2, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, yeah, you definitely figure out he's absolutely sick. I'm double checking something real quick. Yeah. No. That's the spell. Okay, that's why it didn't make any sense.
Ooh, I should have done that before. I did these in their opposite order. Oh well.
Oh.
I also took diagnosed disease today.
Oh, nice.
And it would have given me a plus 4 to determine blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it actually gives you a lot more information too.
Yeah. But I also have cured or delay disease as well, because that was the idea of like.
I mean, yeah, I would allow you to cast diagnosed disease as part of this if that's what you're attempting to do is diagnose it essentially.
Yeah. To see if he has a disease.
Or yeah,
I didn't give me a. Oh, did I
put
not
the stuff
put?
In there? Nope.
I didn't put the stuff in there.
Nope.
Oops. Okay, give me a second. I'll just do a quick copy paste.
Yeah, what level spell is it?
1.
Okay, sorry, now the DC. Gonna roll your concentration on it. You recover it.
Okay, cool.
Alright, cool. So, a 33. Determine whether... So, so you know for sure that he does have a disease. Pretty sure. And you know what it is. Okay. So you cast a spell and you start to examine him. Okay, yeah, you know what this is. It's a disease called arthritis. It's a disease that spreads through particles exuded from the decomposing corpses of infected animals. Generally, it survives in soil for decades, even centuries. It can live a long-ass time in soil. It usually occurs in like grazing animals that ingest or breathe the spores if they're eating like ground vegetation. It can cause a wide variety of symptoms as it attacks the skin, digestive system, and respiratory system. Symptoms include fatigue, difficulty breathing, ulcers, loss of appetite, and nausea. Any victim infected with arthritis can also spread the disease. Those who come in contact with a victim must save versus the disease or become infected themselves. The bodies of those killed by arthritis are also infectious and remain so until destroyed. The effects are the onset is 1d6 days, so it can take anywhere from 1 to 6 days. And the frequency is once per day. The save is hold on. It doesn't tell you the save DC, okay. You know it's a fortitude save though. Which you save each day. And the most dangerous part of this disease is that whereas some diseases you just make a number of saves and it cures it, this one does not. It has to be treated in order to be cured.
Not good. Okay.
Does 1d8 strength damage each time you fail, by the way.
Ah.
Yeah.
Not great. I will repeat some of that. I'm like, I can... I don't have the best equipment to deal with that here. Sorry, I'm also looking at...
But it also means everybody else in here could potentially be infected.
Yeah.
That onset rolls separately for each creature.
Yeah.
So, in effect, you know that I rolled a 1 on that d6 for him. That overnight happened, and then he took the damage.
We're just full of bad news, aren't we?
Yeah. That's what happens when you sleep in a body pit. The
Well, it's also just the clearing it out is also means you get gotten exposed.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Sure.
So now I'm trying to think of is it best to cast Delay Disease on me when I treat him, because I'm going to have to be up close and whatever? Or it would be best to become still temporarily immune to the disease. Any disease exposed to transmittal variation affects the time.
I mean, yeah, you should probably try to get that on as many people as you can.
Yeah.
Starting with whoever you think is in the most danger, is effectively.
I'm going to try and treat him a little bit. Maybe it'll be the best to...
I mean, yeah,
I'm going to cast it on...
Yeah, you do have a medical kit, right?
So. I'm going to cast it on myself first. Mm-hmm. So this first one's for me. Spell level 2. And we'll see if I save, and I'll see if somebody gets to help me. They don't.
It's funny.
I took Cure Wounds as well. I was thinking about taking that twice. Because, but I do have it for a day, which is nice.
Yeah, lasts a full day.
Not cure any damage. The disease may have already done. I'm just, before I go through, saying, yeah, that's all good. This would be, I'm asking you as the DM, this would be better to cast on me instead of him, correct? Because it's not gonna...
Potentially. Basically, like, it'll keep you from getting infected, right? But it will keep him from potentially rolling a 1 on his save and dying, right?
Yeah.
They took 7 strength damage from his first fail.
Yeah. But I'm also going to try and cure it.
You're going to try to, get him to...
Yeah.
You're going to try to treat him and get rid of it.
Okay. You determine... Okay. Okay, so should I cast Diagnose Disease again, or does that plus 4 carry over to trying to treat? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I'm going to... Alright, all y'all who's handled him, y'all need to wash your hands right now. in wine, or whatever.
Wash our hands. Cool.
Yeah. Because I think we've all been around him, and I don't know how long he's had this, so we all could have it at the moment, which is the bad news.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna try and see if I can help him along, not like into death, but into getting better. I realize as I say that what it sounds like.
Right.
Okay. Here's a heal check. I will be using a healer's kit as well.
Okay.
So that's 4, then 8. So plus 8 total?
Correct.
Okay.
That's with a
28.
Yeah, that's with plus 8. Okay. It's 28. Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll luck on that and see if I can break that 30. I hit 30. Okay. Hey, it's a disease. I'm thinking it's gonna be a higher DC. You know,
most of them are fairly low,
luck.
but you know this one's this one's bad.
Yeah.
Cool. Shit. Where did it? Oh fuck! Did I close the page? I did. I did. 1 second. Oh, there it is. Give me the page back. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a rough one.
I'm gonna run and grab soda real quick. It's just over here.
I've got soda right next to me.
Okay, that does that. And then you are treating disease. Let's see if there's any additional things that come from that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, that is what it is. Okay. You think it will help him? You believe you succeeded, which basically means he's going to get a +4 on his next check. Unfortunately,
good.
His constitution is still very low, so his fortitude saves are pretty bad. So that +4 is helpful. You don't know. I would say, based on the fact that you've scored so high on these heal checks, even with that, you're just not sure his body has the strength to fight it off. Like you're just not sure really at this point without something else that will help him.
Well, I did the best I could. I think it's only time now to see if he can pull through or not, and our continued efforts, of course. Right. The 8-Ink's getting hungry. While they do have a surplus of it gestures up to the pit where all the corpses are, a surplus of food there, they do like live food, and they did request that maybe if we could lure some Rakog down here, they would love that. That is not exactly, the forefront of our deal. That's like an extra bonus objective that we get additional XP for. Now,
it'll make getting onto that boat easier, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they know what's down here, and I don't think they're gonna come, but we can try.
I mean, that's all bonus, we could. Molly, did you bring enough for all of us? No. No. Oh just Sunday. Oh. No.
Just smears it all over her mic.
Like, yeah. Oh God. Look, I think we're pretty beat up as is, most of us, and she did say she would. I'm trying to make sure I'm not putting words in her mouth. That we could stay on the beach, and she say she would do her best to keep them away from us, or I forgot the exact wordage.
Yeah. She'll keep them away from you for sure. Yeah, because obviously there's something she wants done.
We can do that, but also right. Yeah. So the boat, we're supposed to go check out the boat. It may be haunted. Well, if we can clear the boat. You said she gave us till tomorrow, basically, right?
Yeah, I told her we needed another sleep at least.
Okay.
I could probably try and get another one out of her, but she's just going to get hungrier, man.
No, that's fine.
Trying to keep them kids wrangled.
I just mean if we can make sure Thorvin's okay, we should do that sooner rather than later, I think, because I want to guarantee that we can actually figure out what's on the boat, what we need to get the boat out of there and be able. I know you said you can drive a boat, but I don't know what shape that boat's in or anything. We need to go through and check and do all that. So
as long as we get it out of the cave, I'm good. We can get back off the boat once it's just outside. Hey, if we can get it, we can take it all the way through this tunnel as far as it can go. It got here somehow.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was just saying, let's figure out what we can do, because we need to figure out what we need. If we've only got the one day, I think we'll be able to start making the most of our gesture, because we're in a cave. Day, light, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, good thing is it's kind of light in that cave. And we don't even know if maybe the person on the boat's friendly. Maybe they just don't like eggs. That's. I don't really like
on the boat.
Yeah, literally. What?
Yeah, Sam said he saw a shape that was person-shaped on the boat.
Yeah, I didn't make out any details.
It's not even the worst thing
sense it's
we've
like
gotten
a skeleton.
So far. Sure.
I've seen skeletons.
He just said it was person-shaped. Okay.
Yeah.
I will be honest. I'll take a ghost at this point.
Yeah, maybe it's
I
a
would
chill
not.
ghost. I don't know.
Over an A-Dank or a whatever this disease is.
Yeah.
The disease is way worse.
Yeah.
And so are a bunch of ravenous 8-ank children, if you ask me.
Well, us staying in this nasty cesspit isn't doing us any favors, so I'll help carry Thorvin. I need somebody else to volunteer. I understand the situation on that. I think anybody who's already had contact with him, Hattie, probably. We're probably already
Layla
the most susceptible to
says, look, I've been hiding out down here for days. I'm probably just waiting for it to show up. I'll handle Thorvin.
Okay. A little bit more gruesome. If somebody could carry like a Rakog body or two, we haul some food for them along, that
Hattie
might
says,
help.
But those are probably the source of the sickness, so...
Okay. She also said that her eldest, the one that nommed on us little, would come and get food as well, so I'm just trying to make them appeased a little better.
If we clear out of their area, then they can get the food, and so then they're less likely to try and eat us, hopefully. So yeah, let's just try and clear out of their area. Sam, you're going to have to go chat with her to let her make sure that we're good to get past them and not get attacked.
I'm pretty sure
you're allowed to go out onto that beach, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, like on the boat, yeah, like,
yeah.
You and I at least, or you I and Rahala, because we might need your knowledge.
Can your little bat buddy not help with that?
I mean, it can check the area, but it's not smart, really.
Okay.
Like it can look through the boat, but it can only tell us so much.
Okay.
Double check my spell.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam's not super sure, and Chris isn't either.
Yeah. Like it's about how you used it before, right? You can try to get it to.
Yep. Let's see where it was. It was over here.
I mean, I could send Sherlock over, and he'd be like, "Yep, there's life." You know. I guess that would let us know if it's dead or not. No.
Yeah. I mean, it thought the boat was a creature, so it's not even like that great at figuring out what stuff is.
It's a giant mimic that's taken the shape of a boat.
It was a little confused. It's called it a creature or structure or what have you.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever it is, I don't care.
Structure and a creature, like the
structure creature,
the big
screecher.
I forgot what they're called. The things, the giant structure animals from Breath of the Wild.
The divine beasts.
Divine beasts. Thank you.
Yeah. Harley.
Somebody did a fan animation. Oh. Somebody did a fan animation of Link talking to Zelda and Ganondorf, but they did I think they took the audio from either Ron Mahaff or something with Richard Cox. And somebody was like, Link should never be voiced, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, they hear this, they're like, Richard Cox should voice Link. It's like, yeah, it does kind of fit weirdly. It works, you know? Using the Inuyasha.
Is that Inuyasha? Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's Inuyasha's voice, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he
one
also
of those
did Ron
super
Mahaff,
recognizable, but like really only fits in certain roles. Otherwise, you're like, God, that character sounds whiny as hell.
Yeah.
But in the right character, it fits, and it doesn't sound whiny.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Which I didn't know they did a new Ron Mahaff. I'm gonna have to watch that soon.
Yeah.
Why can I not find?
It's actually been passed into like a lot of like, oh, this is actually way better than I expected.
It's in here. That's why.
We're letting Dave read, so I'm filling.
Yeah, he was.
But it's one of those old animes.
Yeah, you guys.
It's one of those old animes that's like, could it use an update? Yeah, because the old one's definitely old. The animation quality's old. It's good. It's good for the time, I will say.
Right. Yeah.
But also has its gimmicks, I will say.
Well, yeah. I mean, Takahashi's, I'd say, is all about those gimmicks.
Yeah. Who knew that a manga so old would be so, like pro-trans in a way, you know, like
in its own way.
Yeah,
in its own way, definitely.
In its own, not educated about it way, which is fine.
No.
I'm not saying that as an insult.
Like, haha, he turns into a girl when he gets covered in water. Yeah, it's like, okay, but yeah, he also has the weird preferences and things like that.
Anyway, while Dave's still try to find this spell and then read its incredibly long description.
Sorry, it's because it's not on my spell list because I had to use Shadow Conjuration to get it. Yeah, so that's why I'm just trying to find it real quick because I'm having to just.
We can go with
spells,
moving everybody, I guess.
So your plan is to start getting everybody out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you let Layla take care of Thorvin.
I mean, I will also help because I think we can still have him on the gurney thing rafter.
Yeah, as you go to do it, Ray's just like, you know what? Just in case maybe you're not infected, you should probably let me do it. We got two of you who know how to, deal with this stuff. Probably risk you less.
Me?
Yeah, he doesn't know the spell. Yeah,
he
doesn't know you're immune.
No, I cast a spell. It's kind of a difficult one, so I can't always cast it multiple times, but I'm immune to diseases for a day.
Oh.
So if anybody drops something in the cesspit, I can go rummage for it if you need me to. It's still gross, but I won't catch anything.
That's good. Yeah, we might be able to use that, depending. But, okay. Yeah, you can carry on then.
It can also, temporarily alleviate the symptom. So if he's having a bad day tomorrow, I can cast it on him and try and help him a little bit more, but it's not going to remove the sickness.
Gotcha.
And if anybody else gets it, I can try and help them out for a day as well. That's right now it's like that, or I make you feel better health wise. Trying to explain cure wounds.
So as you guys are traveling, Layla will pipe up. I wish we could get him to wake up, and he might be able to help himself.
Well,
Rahala says, I mean, I could try to heal him some.
I got one stored up too. I was gonna keep it in reserve in case anybody got hurt again. But
I suppose I'll leave it.
I'll use it as well. Yeah.
You do cure light wounds.
Yeah, I'll use it on him.
Okay, I need a cash level check from you.
Yeah. Cast your level check or just cast the spell?
I need a cash level check first.
Okay. I click on Ranger 5 or under spellcasting, correct?
I believe that, yes. Yeah, I believe that's the case.
Modifier?
None.
Okay.
Yep. 17.
Yeah,
17.
Chew.
19. Nice.
19. I'm not asking. I'm using it.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and boot the spell.
Okay.
We'll see how much it cures.
Oh man. Oh,
Damn.
I didn't get to save it. But yeah.
But you heal 10. Nice. So
it's not bad on the die.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You can feel the energy seems to kind of permeate his skin, and you can feel it kind of concentrating in on the wounds before the power is fully released from you. But there's definitely some kind of I wouldn't even call it a resistance. It almost feels like the energy was going to just sort of slide off of him, like he's not a valid target for a second. But you do feel it take hold at with a bit of concentration. He's bandaged up, and he's got his. Since you guys have treated him and stuff, try to get his clothes clean and whatnot, so you don't see his wounds necessarily, but you do see a little bit of the color return to his face, and he takes a very shallow, ragged breath, and you see kind of his eyes open, and at first they're rolled back in his head, but they finally kind of roll forward. And he takes a few other breaths, and he says, "What happened?"
Oh, you're not doing great, bud.
I wouldn't have guessed.
I'll just give you all the bad news. You got a disease, man. It's affecting your body pretty bad.
Do I have all my limbs? He's like
you
closed his eyes now.
You had 3, right?
Oh boy.
Well, you have extra now because you have
Sam.
4.
He actually chuckles and like starts like really coughing hard after a second, and then just kind of rolls back over like flat onto the like whatever the fuck is the stretcher type thing you made for him. It's not actually a stretcher, but whatever. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But he says, in that case, so long as I haven't been forsaken, then perhaps there's something I can do. Is everyone else still okay?
I mean, it is contagious. It takes a while for it to take hold and show symptoms, so I don't really know. We've all kind of been in contact with you and in this terrible area, so it's not real great.
Understood. What can I... Is the disease the thing we need? We most need help with.
Okay, well, I think technically telling you the disease and that we're moving into this beach area was the good news. The bad news is that there's a bunch of 8-ank over there, and we have to go check out a boat that's possibly cursed to try and get out of here. The 8-anks will not eat us for a day.
Good news.
There's a big one over there controlling the little ones, but don't go near the water because she can't like watch them all the time.
You didn't...
Kind of explains the situation that's going on.
Yeah, that's fine. Just for brevity.
Yeah.
And he says you didn't make some kind of binding deal with these accursed creatures, did you?
I made an agreement to solve a problem for them if they would not eat us. Actually, they kind of came to me with the issue, weirdly enough.
Darkness often approaches when it's in need, doesn't it?
I've made deals with 8-anks before.
He still like kind of looks weak. He says, "That's not really a good thing, Sam."
No, it is not. It is not the worst thing I've done.
At least tell me that whatever they asked of you wasn't wicked.
There's a boat in their water, ship, sorry. It's larger than a boat. And it apparently is making the water heavy, according to them. And it's not good for her young ones, her offspring. So she asked me to remove the boat. So we're gonna get out into this beach. We're gonna try and figure out what's going on with this boat, and we're gonna try and get. Possibly, this boat got in here somehow. I'm thinking it'd be a great way to get out of here as well, if it is in a condition to be used.
Okay.
Do you know anything about sailing? I whisper.
Do you know anything about sailing? He goes, I'm afraid not.
All right. I've driven a small boat before, never something that large. So I just yeah. Yeah.
But he says, I'm going to try to see if Carl will grant me power today, and perhaps I can actually be of assistance, at least with the sickness.
Try to help yourself first, because really just...
I need to stick around to help others, don't I?
Yeah. This is going to sound a little mean. devoting one of ourselves to you is really not great at the moment. We need all hands at the moment if we can, and having you would be a huge assistance as well.
He nods. Closes his eyes again. You can kind of hear him just in like a whisper tone beginning to pray.
I like pat his shoulder. Something comforting. Who did he say? Something?
He said Karo, which
Karo.
Yeah, which is the owl of owls' wisdom, effectively. It's from the primal pantheon.
Well, I'm patting his shoulder. I'm just gonna say a little prayer to Mr. Guy. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you know Karo, but can you like nudge him or something, and like tell him to pick up the phone? And
Karu the wise owl.
Not phone, but you know what I mean. Yeah. See if you can.
The anachronistic device. Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Or non-anachronistic.
Thank you. Thank you for the spells, and I hope everything's good up on the moon. Keep going.
All right. Cool. So you guys make it out onto the beach. Yeah.
Beach. Let's go get away.
Big ass 8-ank out there. Real big. Standing over by one of those large boulders that now looks small. Seemed like a good place to hide earlier, but now it doesn't anymore. But yeah, as you all start filing out, is Sam, I'm assuming, or wait, you probably wouldn't be leading, right? Because you're helping carry, yeah. So
it'd probably be Lamia? I don't know. Who would want to be in the front?
Lamia is fine with being up front.
Okay.
I am not
kind of almost nonchalant.
She has the capital light as well. Like once you, because I'm just thinking of the tunnel.
Yeah.
The tunnel's not going to be right.
Light up the tunnel.
Yeah.
So when you walk out Lamia, you see the mother like raises her head and is watching you very curiously until she starts to see everyone else, and then like kind of slowly picks herself up and will walk kind of more into like the middle area of the beach, almost like to get between where you are and the beach itself, like the shore kind of area, so like between you and the water, and then like kind of plops back down, but her head stays lifted, and then as you're coming by, you see Lami, you see her gaze move from you to like elsewhere in the line, and then like fixate. Hey Eli, she's staring at you again.
Oh my gosh, I will not take my eyes off of her either, just because I'm like, if she moves, I'm teleporting. Not actually just moves, but you know what I mean, like comes at me.
You like instinctively try to put your hands up and you realize you're carrying camp stuff.
Yeah.
But you guys all make it in. Don't worry about the map. I'm not really worried about the map right now because it's not even showing the chat. But you guys all make it in. And she like kind of shifts a little bit more, settles between y'all and I think it was like Shadow Scout or something like that.
Yeah, I know, and I just cannot find it. It's annoying the crap out of me.
No, Shadow Scout. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, that's the spell.
Okay, yeah.
It's indeed Shadow Scout.
Cannot find it.
If you Google it, you'll see it.
Okay.
It's not in the. I don't think it's in the compendium.
That might be why I can't find it.
Oh wait, no, that app open. Okay. Cool. So you guys make it out there, start getting camp set up again. I don't know if there's any other RP or anything else you guys want to do as you're kind of getting set up out there, and you notice that the giant 8-ank is just beaming Eli the whole time, like unblinking.
Oh man.
How much time do you think we have until Varong just goes on without us?
I don't think that's a good question. I would say he probably wouldn't because he's in charge of the carriage, wagon, whatever thing we got, cart, and our animals. I think he's pretty honorable and he wouldn't just abandon that. I think he'd give us at least a week, like, because it's not like he's having to go back from his progression, it's all about progressing towards his goal.
Yeah.
Or was that a question for the DM?
No, that was Lamia was genuinely like, how long do you guys think Varong will stay around? Because we've got to take some time ourselves.
Yeah.
Is this assuming he's the tunnel into absolutely no trouble himself, though?
Yeah, the tunnel was supposed to be faster in general, correct? It was more direct route.
It wasn't necessarily supposed to be faster because it's more direct. It's more because you guys aren't on a carriage. You generally move faster, but it's underground. Terrain is uncertain. Like, you knew it wasn't going to be lightning speed.
Yeah,
because you're actually having to traverse it. You knew you were going to encounter resistance because that was part of the agreement. So yeah.
Okay, I think it's safe to say that he probably wouldn't run off if it's going to be like a week or within a week.
Like, you're pretty sure he's going to beat you there, but like, you probably got a while.
To Eli, I will ask, like, so do we want to try and scalp this thing today, or do we want to try and do it tomorrow?
I think today, because not like, if we only have until tomorrow, we need to make the most out of the time we have.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I was feeling, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah. I'd rather just check it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, so speaking of, to answer your question about the Spectral Scout, it can relay information, including sights, sounds, and smells, but it can't further interpret this information. So all it can do is tell me what it sees. It doesn't mean that it has the ability to interpret that in a comprehensible way. So even if we have it check inside the boat, which we can have, we might not get the answer we want, but I think it might be worth having it go in there before us, at least. So I think that's not the worst idea.
The real question or an additional question would be, the last time you used it, because that's how it delivered the information, was that useful?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is, and we can have an animal go in there. Since it's a boat, it's a structure. It doesn't have to be a bat this time. We could send in something like a mouse or whatever, because it just has to be tiny animal.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make it whatever we want that's tiny.
Bats are still great though, because they can see in the dark and can fly.
Oh yes, yes.
Secondary. Do you want me to cast Speak with Animals again and tell the alien that's what we're doing?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Because I don't want her to think we're doing something we shouldn't be and then try and eat us.
All right. I'll wait until you're ready then.
I'm ready whenever, once we get everything moved and, like, set where we want.
To clarify, are we, like rowing out there to the boat to do this, or are we doing it from over here?
We'll do that first, and then we'll probably need to get on the boat. Yes.
Okay.
I think that is
Shadow Scout.
Yeah. Well, even just to look around in the boat, like depending on what the boats or the animal says, we'll still need to like look around and probably figure out what is and isn't broken, because it's not going to interpret the information, right? So we need to like confirm.
I think
we just have the Shadow Scout make sure there's nothing that eats us.
Are you sending the Shadow Scout, getting a report back, and then go to the boat?
We're doing a bat, no, we'll send the bat first, then we'll go to the boat. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Because I'm going to wait to cast Speak with Animals until the bat gets back then. To see what information we get.
I said Shadow Scout, Spectral Scout, yeah.
Yeah. The bat.
The bat. Range 1 mile. Creature.
Oops. It is a flying fox. Did I have a flying fox? No, that was the low light vision one. It's a common bat, just right? Yes.
Bat. It's a bat.
Common bat.
Okay. So you're doing this this is what you guys are doing. Is like you get camp set up and what, and this is the next thing. You're not talking to the 8 Not okay. Cool. All right, so you guys get set up. Eli does his wavy hands, and a bat appears. Spectral Scout. This is probably gonna be ugly, but I'm gonna paste it in there anyway, just to do the thing. Yeah, it's hideous. That's okay. Yeah, it's horrible. I'm just gonna paste the link to the spell in the chat. Because, ew. Just in case people want to look at it, know what it does. And then, Dave, if you want to boop Shadow Conjuration, see if you recover it.
Sure thing, will do. Weep.
And because it's going to appear a lot prettier than the thing I just pasted in there.
Yeah. A little force spell. Pachow. Oh,
that's good.
Cool. Oh, speaking of that, I meant to ask, did I rest enough that I got my spell slots back? Because I didn't put them back because I was, whatever the thing was. It was like...
Oh, yeah, you still had an overnight rest, so you do get your spells back.
Just making sure. Because I know sometimes when you have whatever the condition is, I forget what it is, you don't always get all your spell slots back.
Yeah. No, in your case you did. Usually if you
that's for prepared casters anyways, not spontaneous casters. I forget I'm playing a spontaneous caster.
Yeah. Usually if you get KTFO'd, you can lose spell slots, but because they get bonked out of your noggin.
Okay, and then I lost that one. Great. Okay, perfect. And then just cause in a roundish 9, I do need to pee. So if we could take a small break.
Sure.
You can always we can find out what the bat says first. Yeah. But because I'm doing stuff, that's why I say that.
Yeah. I was like, if we can conclude your thing, we could probably just let you go do thing.
Okay, sounds good.
Shadow Conjuration. Thingamajig, send the bat out. Cool. Any RP before the bat gets back, because it's going to be gone for a little bit.
What okay, hold on. Let's try and manifest into existence. What are we hoping is on this boat, and what are we hoping is not on this boat?
A good question.
No, please no more nascents on the boat. I can't handle that.
Yeah.
I really just hope it's like a living scarecrow that, is just like living on this boat or something. I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Just doesn't know what's going on and is, just has a heavy water deposit inside. Go ahead. Ollie.
This might sound weird, but I kind of hope there's like a treasure map in the boat.
Or circumventing that, could we just get treasure? Like skip the middleman?
Yeah, instead of a treasure map where we have to go looking for treasure, can there just be treasure?
Oh man, potions. Yeah. Potions would be so great.
Yeah, some kind of supplies would be nice. I agree.
It looks like a ship. I can't get anything besides that. Like it, I didn't see like a flag or nothing, or a good look at the person on it. But
yeah, right.
You're still seeing that the fog still does that thing where it kind of like pulses out, and you can see the ship pretty clearly, and then it sort of condenses again, makes it like almost completely obscured, and that just happens over time. Mm-hmm. After close to an hour, the bat finally comes back. Comes straight back to you, Eli, and it says, "Okay, saw the ship,
Sour Patch Kids."
No, saw the ship, saw it, looked in there. There was some bones and a lot of bones, and they were all in water, but not water. It was like gooey water. It was gooey water.
Gooey water.
It didn't splash. Water splashes. It didn't splash. It was slow, and it smelled really, really bad, and it reached at me. It reached up, but I was too high up. Below the first floor. Below the floor is where the goop. No one else. No others. No moving around. No others. But things moved. Like the wind, but smaller moves. Like not the wind. Like people moves, but moving stuff. Some of the bones and some of the things. There was a chest. I think a chest. A box. A crate. It was like flaps around a bunch. Like it's trying to like show you the shape of it, but its flight is too erratic to like actually give you anything. And then it settles down again and says, "A thing that can be opened. You understand."
Yes, thank you.
But it was closed. And it had a hole on the front, but a very tiny hole for maybe not a finger, maybe a stick. A very small twig would work. What else did I see? I heard lots of sounds. Strange sounds. No wind, but heard wind sounds. No people, but heard creak, groan sounds. And no... Ugh. It actually like shivers. Just, all smells were bad. There were more things under the floor. There were more things. Shapes. I don't know. Some things were clear with other shapes inside them. Didn't try to open them, but there were lots of those. Those smells were better, but hard to separate. No people though.
Okay. Just bones. Lots of bones.
Bones. Many bones. Most in the goop.
Goop bones. Got it.
Lots of goop under the floor. Lots of it.
Lots of goop. Okay.
Reaching
under the
I
floor.
feel like he has a checklist of like goop, bones, and it's like gold is not like filled in.
No people like
hot baths. Yeah.
Okay. What knowledge is it to see if this goop he's talking about is like a gelatinous cube or ooze or some kind of creature?
Based on its terrible description, you can still give me a knowledge arcana. You'd like?
Okay.
Wow, 18 is still pretty solid. Are you keeping the 18?
I'll roll. Look, I want to see if I can get a 20. I did not. I did not beat 20.
So generally, this would be fairly uncommon, which would affect the DC. You have encountered oozes before, more than one, in fact. So you're a little familiar with them, and like honestly, just the phrase "reaching goop," the fact that it tried to like reach up with like what you assume is a pseudopod or something, and try to like swipe at this thing, tells you that it's likely either an ooze or something very close that's down there. But obviously, you can't. You said it was dark, right? But he doesn't know colors. He's a bat. He's also a shadow bat, which is even less saturation detection, right? But
right.
So you can't really identify what kind of ooze it would be. But the fact that there were like a lot of bones and things down there means it's probably not good news. That whatever it is, maybe is having a reaction with like the water underneath it that is causing it to be heavy, which you still don't know what that means.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your service, and you can go back home to the plane of shadows. I just kind of wave my hands and dismiss it.
Spears. None of the rest of you understood. You just heard like bat squeaks, and then like Eli occasionally, yeah, Did you like asking it
Bones?
questions?
Yeah, and then you go bones, right? Lots of bones.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I will disgorge its information in exactly the way it gave it to me as best I can, and then go. So I'm thinking it's probably like an ooze or something. And that box is obviously some sort of lockbox.
Or like a coffin with a lock on it.
Sure, but still a lockbox, I guess. It's just a body lockbox.
I mean, yeah, sure. That's the first thing I thought of when you're talking about box, big rectangle box, not a chest. You know, I don't know.
Right. I just thought lockbox
chest
because
box
it has
great.
a hole in it. Yeah.
Guess we didn't get a size on that.
He tried.
Okay.
Yeah, big, but he's tiny. So
yeah, exactly. So, I guess here's the question. He said it was under the floor, so it's below decks. So, do we want to row over there and take a look? Stay obviously on the deck of the ship. Let's not go down, but let's just take a peeky poo. See what we can do to see if we can find out a way to get rid of that for now, because we're only going to have tomorrow to actually rid ourselves of this ooze and get the boat out of this cove.
Yeah. That doesn't explain the figure I saw, though.
He did say there was lots of wind noises where there was no wind and other creaky noises where there's nothing. So there's probably a ghost or something. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know how ghosts work.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be chill.
Yeah. Said every person who's ever encountered a ghost before.
Well,
and then we've never heard from again.
Also, if we... This may sound a bit insane, but just hear me out. We may not need to get rid of the ooze, you know, to sail the ship. At least just get it out of this first, you know. And then deal with it later. I mean, we'll have to stay above deck, and there's probably maybe a captain's quarters that everyone will have to take turns in, but that could be doable.
And I could crawl up on the side and punch a hole in the side of the ship, and the ooze will come out into the water, right?
No, that's not at all how they work. They would work if it was a natural ooze, not a sentient one.
So Roy and Layla both looked really excited when Sam said that, like, yeah! But we're like, no.
I'm glad that Sam has, like, NPC level of intelligence on...
Okay. Well, Rahala, you're going to hate this part. I think you need to go over to that ship with Sam and I.
Why?
Well, as Sam being the only person with any sort of sailing experience, I look at Sam dubiously. And then you are the only person who's read a book besides myself. No offense, everybody else. I mean, but like that potentially could have knowledge about sailing a ship, as the others have professed no knowledge of sailing.
I've seen one sailed. I mean, I'm good at figuring things out. Oh my god. Listen, okay. Why don't you go, if you're gonna go over there, alright, you go and just see what you can see. When we're actually going to leave, you know, when we're all going to go over, I think that's about the time to do it, right? I mean, what am I going to do right now? Because you don't want me to sail it yet.
No, but it'll be to figure out if everything is set up where we could sail it. Because I don't want to get over there and find out that it won't move.
Right. Okay. Okay. At least I'm not afraid of ghosts. Dealt with ghosts before.
That might also be the other reason I need you to come over, is because I know zip about ghosts.
Right. I've dealt with generally nice ones, or at least passive. But, okay. We're going over today?
We're checking it out today. We're gonna do Operation Get Boat tomorrow.
Understood. Okay. Okay. If that's what needs to be done, then who am I to complain?
I mean, I'm not going to stop you from complaining. It's just not going to change what we need to do. You can complain the entire time as long as you come over on the boat with us.
I might, because It's just that I keep having this voice in the back of my head that reminds me I was hired as an assistant and a scribe. And these just seem well beyond the call of duty, if you ask me.
You are incredibly right. I'm not saying anything else. Just
Hattie's just nodding, but says nothing. Like, yep. At least you get to go over on the big scary boat. Like, you get to have an adventure. Yay.
Yeah. On the big scary boat where nothing bad has happened, right, Sam? Just like your cabin.
Not yet.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like how you turned that on me.
So I'm assuming now Sam's gonna need to talk to the mother.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, you could probably go.
Explain that. Does the boat, the raft with all the goo in it, is that floatable? Did it look serviceable?
You go like mess with it and try to check it out.
Well, I mean, I was in it earlier, but I didn't look at that time. Yeah.
But you didn't I mean, the people goo is on the very bottom of it, so you can't actually see if there's like a hole in it or anything.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it.
I'll do that when I walk over to talk to the.
Because
that's helping me know
right now.
Yeah.
Shovel all the people goo out of there.
Yeah, oh God.
It's still really disgusting.
But no. Yep, I will just go ahead and cast Speak with Animals. Spell level 1. Man.
Nope.
It's
probably good because that's getting hella nerfed next campaign, so it's good to get used to shit not coming back.
Yeah. Words what I was saying.
Words.
Yeah, I'll go up to Big Mama. I'll be, hey, Mom, Mother, we're gonna
finally turns away from Eli.
I gesture to me and Eli. We're gonna go look at that boat over there and kind of get a tentative look to see what's on it. That way we can have a good understanding tomorrow when we go to try and take it out of here, see what's on it and whatnot.
What are you doing to the raft?
As you're like shoveling stuff out.
I am. Well, we don't have a way to get over there, so I figure we would use this to float on over.
Is that sludge in the way?
Yes. Sam looks like.
She says move.
Yep, Sam moves, and
yeah, she just goes and capsizes the raft.
Okay, good.
Just flips it over.
That's better than what I thought was going to happen.
And then after a few seconds, she flips it back again. And now there's like a little bit of water in it. As that happens, Sam, give me a perception. Eli, since you're back, you can also give me a perception.
Or perception. Does this have to do with? Oh, thank God.
I rolled that.
Yeah, you saw his 8. I don't think you could roll that low.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, no. Because I rolled a 9, but yeah.
Eli, you're relieved that she stopped looking at you for a second, so you're not paying as much attention to the water. But Sam, as she like capsizes and then finally flips it back over, you definitely noticed that, like, okay, you were kind of suspecting it earlier before you made the choice you made. But yeah, that like darkness that seems to be like kind of hovering at the top of the water that makes you like not able to see into it. It does seem to be like not a film, but there is definitely some kind of material in the water that gets disturbed as she like flips this thing and whatnot. And it almost seems like it's like an oil and water type reaction where they're just kind of slightly separated. But then, like, when you can look into the boat and see that there's like a little bit of the water has gone in it, and like some of it's kind of dark, just below the like very top layer of it. But it doesn't look like it's not like crude oil or anything. It's definitely just as watery, like, as the rest of it as you like go over, like, scoop it out. But there is some kind of like layer underneath the very top of the water that's like obscuring the vision.
As dumb as it is to touch the water again, can I try and like touch it and like smell it, or like try to figure out what
your hands and try to
yeah, not like taste it.
You're not gonna taste it. Are you sure?
No. Yeah.
Come on. No.
It depends on what it smells like first, okay? Or does
okay.
it burn my skin when I touch it? I guess is the first thing.
It smells like
it burns.
No,
Feels like fire. Better taste it.
How do you think humans decided peppers were good?
I mean, we made them worse for us. What are you talking about? Like,
I do love that comic that's like about the evolution of capsaicin, and it's like, yeah, this is your natural defense against predators. Humans are like, give me more. Oh no!
Oh, shit!
oh.
Yep. Doesn't even affect
why birds eat
birds. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what kind of clue.
It's a new D&D character idea. The Aarakocra that loves spicy chili, but he doesn't know it's spicy.
Oh god!
Oh, it's just the best frog.
It does smell a little off, right?
Oh gosh.
At first it's like, yeah, I mean, it mostly smells like fresh water, but like there's something else to it. It's like earthy. There's like a weird dirt kind of smell to it, but there's like something else underneath it. It's hard to kind of put your finger on. But after holding it for a while, it does start to make your skin tingle slightly, and you kind of splash it off and like wipe your hands off. They feel a little raw. They don't hurt or anything. It's just kind of like, a little uncomfortable.
I think maybe that ship's not as airtight. Watertight. Eli, I think maybe some of that ooze is getting in the water. Maybe causing the issues that we're having.
Right.
So worst case scenario, if we can't move the ship, if we can eliminate the ooze in it, then we can probably just keep going on foot, and we'll still have our deal, probably.
Yeah.
She just kind of growls. Says,
"No. One
Okay.
ship gone."
All right. We'll do that.
It has a tether, iron or steel. A tether to the bottom. Well secured. Difficult to bite through. No success.
Weigh an anchor here. That's what we need to do.
Do you mind if that tether stays here? Like,
she seems kind of annoyed.
Like, we may not be able to put it back on the ship, but we may be able to remove it from the ship and let the ship go, you know?
Give me a diplomacy check.
Yep.
Diplomacy.
It's like a bluff, right? I mean, surely I'll roll...
Is like a bluff in that it is a charisma
I'm saying
check.
that for my... Yeah. One of these days I'll play a charisma character.
Diplomacy. 16. Yeah. Keeping the 16.
Yeah.
Keeping the 16, okay.
No.
Okay.
No. The problem may be attacked.
I understand that. All right.
The whole structure gone.
All right. Well, since I have you at the moment, all of us are out of that cave over there. So if you want to send your eldest to go pick up some of them bodies and then it up there for food, we're out of there. So have at it, I guess.
Will be good.
They're pretty fresh.
Children will be less volatile. Do not flee.
No, I made the deal.
Make sure companions understand. One of you flees, all of you die.
I will relay that information.
Good. Wait. All but you we keep as pet. Like talk. Might be good for future.
I can't complain about that. Sam will keep that to himself, though.
Slowly, like, does that gator thing, just like slips into the water, like barely, as large and terrifying and like jagged as she is, like barely makes a ripple going in, just gone.
I think I'll be safe.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. She warns that if any of us run off, she'll kill all of us. Most of us.
Wonderful. Okay, well, no running then.
All right. Well, we got a boat. Are there oars?
Yes,
there's oars.
There are two oars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not in like the best shape, but they'll work.
Yeah. I've used a broken oar before.
Yeah. They definitely look like they've been like kind of banged around or whatever a little bit, but they'll work.
My dad, sorry, this is a funny story, on his pond, would routinely go down there, flip his big aluminum boat over, promptly break an oar, killing a snake that was living underneath it. And then would have to go back up to the barn, get a different one, and then come back. And then it's like sometime during the week, he'd go buy another oar at the hardware store. And eventually he just started bringing a little 410 shotgun with him whenever he would go down to fish.
Yeah, that's way smarter than breaking an oar.
Yeah,
just kept forgetting the snake would
10 cents. Yeah. A different snake each time. Sometimes multiples.
Sometimes more than one.
And the snakes don't know the story of the last snake that died, so they're just like, oh, cool, shelter.
When he told me about that, all I learned is like, hey, if you want to go see a snake, flip the boat.
Right.
So as a kid, I'd go flip the boat over and look at the cool snakes.
You're like, oh, cool snake.
All right, you should probably leave before Dad gets back.
Right.
Yeah.
I was
breaking oar
canoeing in Broken Bow, and I broke an oar while going down the rapids, and so I was just standing there holding the end of an oar, like. Oh. And then I found an oar later, like just floating down the river. And I was like, dibs.
So. What kind of Resident Evil shit is this?
All right, cool.
Would that not happen? Like,
oh, it would.
Well, we can't let you go down the whole river, so you have to stop. You'll find another ore, and you can continue later.
So you guys, is there anything else you want to try to say or converse before she? Because I should give you the opportunity before she like actually gets all the way under.
Let's just make sure that she knows we're coming back today as well. So we're not just going over there. And
so we're doing a scouting mission.
In my hand.
I don't have water.
Neither do I, but they don't need to know that. This cup is not. This cup is opaque.
I drank all my water.
It is a drinkable.
What'd you drink?
Kombucha.
Oh.
Cranberry kombucha.
Cranberry kombucha. I ate a cranberry muffin. All right.
Oh. Woo.
Let's go.
Yep.
Full of
that tastes like it'll make your pee clear. That's for sure.
Cranbucha.
Cranbucha.
Okay, so drink the goop. No. So you tell her that she slips into the water. It doesn't take too long before she comes back, and then eventually you see the eldest pop his head up and walks out, kind of snarls at you guys, but then turns off down the cave.
If Speak with Animals was still going, Sam was the worst, but it'd be like, yeah, do what your mom says. To like taunt him. That would be a stupid ass idea. Like, yeah, you got in trouble.
Yeah. Like, you know enough to know
that
at this point, like...
is in the bear rules, sir.
Yeah.
She's not going to kill him for disobeying. He'll just basically get a whooping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He can still kill me. He can still kill me.
How dare you eat half their party? Bang! Throws back in water.
Rule number 2 is don't taunt the bear, and the bear rules apply to Edenks.
Yep.
I was looking up which number it was.
Yeah, the Beaver Gators.
The bear rules apply to a lot of things.
Right. Cool. But she does go. Eventually, the eldest comes back up. He goes off into the cave. You know, it's probably going to take him a while to gather stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You guys,
should we wait for him to bring food back? Or?
It's up to you. It's you two and Rahala that are going, right?
Yeah, we'll just go and go. Well, I think Rahala's going to wait until we go.
Nah, we convinced her. She's coming.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah, because he wants her to see if
Donato, I'll post them in the Discord, but I'm pretty sure they're already there, but I'll post them again. It's a thing that Patrick, myself, Panda, and our buddy Crispy made in high school.
I don't think
Patrick did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I don't think I was part of it. I think I was just there at the conception or the reception of it.
Maybe. It was so long ago, dude.
Yeah.
It's literally a thing we did in high school, and we're old, so that was a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some of those are. Have we? What's a good word for that? Cleaned those up?
Nope.
Not at all. They are
incredibly
dated, and
yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for some of the maybe offensive.
They're going in for the memes. We'll worry about problematic parts of that language later.
Yeah, this was from a different time.
Yeah, we'll just address it if I don't know. There's probably some problematic shit in there. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get on the boat. I hand Rahala
join our Discord to let us know if there's a lot of problematic shit in the bear rules that we need to address. Okay, but sorry. So you hand Rahala an oar?
Yeah.
Well, not serious.
I'll just take the oar from Sam as he's doing that and sit down to help row.
I already had to tear up my good sleeves because one of you decided to go and get chewed on by an A-Dank.
I point to me and then I point to Sam because both of us did, so I'm confused.
I mean...
Look down and some of your bandages are definitely very fancy sleeves that have been tied on your arms.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll buy you a new one.
It's not the point.
I'll buy you a better one.
It was your fancy tailor that made that one.
Oh,
yeah, because she went to your tailor. Yeah,
totally fine. I will get him to buy another one.
All right. Rowing without issue over to that boat is a pretty easy check. And Sam, you'll be glad to know that in just like a very simple muscle-powered water vehicle, you can actually use survival as your role to navigate it.
Ooh, buddy.
I'll take it. I don't think I can fail then, because it's a bonus of 16.
Yeah, it's a very...
I was literally taking time to roll that one then.
Yeah.
Are you keeping the 17?
Oh no.
I'm rolling left on it.
It's just roll. I'll say it's just rowing a boat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 19. Nice.
19. Yeah.
Cool. 1 luck left. Man, you guys spent a lot this session. All right. So anyway, generally when it comes to piloting / driving checks, the base DC is 5. If you're in combat, that goes up to 20. So if you were being attacked, DC would be 20. If you're not, DC's 5. Obviously there's extenuating circumstances. You can't see what's under there. You're going into fog, so the DC was a little bit higher than that, but you definitely made it.
It's not technically safe waters.
Yeah, you're not in combat, but you know the waters aren't safe, so I don't blame you for being extra cautious.
Yeah.
And because you didn't wait for the kids to get fed, they are still kind of unruly under there, so you do see the occasional like ripples kind of moving around.
That's stressful.
Yes, you see like kind of move towards you. You would see like one of the tails kind of move in the water, and you hear like this loud like echoing splash as the mother like smacks the water real hard. There's like ripples just kind of move the boat slightly, and then like the other ones will stop. You get about halfway across, which unfortunately, you know, rowboats move pretty fucking slow, so it's a very long, stressful journey, especially with no current, right, to like push you. So you're about halfway across when you see the mother like actually dives back in, like she's probably gonna go corral them to like leave it the fuck alone. But you can't see under the water, so you don't like see any evidence of it. But you do notice that like the other approaching ripples finally stop, and you manage to get over to the boat. You know, just like kind of turn to the side and like thump against it. You put your hand out and it's kind of steady. You can feel like the kind of rock of both of them. So you do, to try to get onto it, right? Like you do have to, you gotta go up. Let me see. So saying you have to like kind of guide you guys like along the side of it so you can get to like one of the ropes that's sort of hanging down over it. Test the rope a few times, like really kind of put your weight on it, make sure it's not going to snap or anything. Feels sturdy. So yeah, you guys can definitely climb up aboard. It's not knotted or anything, and unfortunately the side of the ship is pretty slick, so you don't have like great footholds or anything, so it is almost effectively a free climb. But climbing a rope is pretty easy.
Yep.
Yes, this is where I am going to just skip the line. I'm going to cast Monkey Fish on myself because I don't trust myself to climb up that rope. I'll be honest.
It's fair.
Rahul, I can pull you up once I get up there if you want.
You just hop over and stick to the side and climb up.
Yep, like a lizard or something. Just.
Or I can let you borrow the gloves.
I'd rather save them in case they're needed. I mean, as long as maybe let me go before you, just so I can take my time. I don't want to be the last one in the boat, you know.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way I can attach the rope to the boat? That way the boat don't float off?
Yeah. You can do that while she's climbing. She's just gonna basically take a 10 and just take a long time to climb it.
I'll be waiting at the top so that when she gets to the top, I can just kind of like pull her up the rest of the way.
Yeah. You can tell she actually does seem to know how to climb. She's not like an athlete, so she's taking her time. And she gets up there. He's not beating us for allegations, but
oh, sorry. Jamie
not with that statement.
Our Discord, it made me laugh. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, Sam, while she's kind of climbing up, and when she's got like a good hold of it, you get like the slack part of it, and like tie it to the front of the little rowboat there, sway it around a few times, make sure it doesn't tip over or get jerked or anything like that. Eli, you obviously make it up there first. I will put you guys over there just so the chat can at least see like a map or something, so we're not just our faces the whole stream. I need to fix your tokens first. Okay, yep, Sam's is already what it's supposed to be. Lamia's Cap of Light is not, I'm assuming, not on at the moment. Cool. Alright, so yeah, you guys should be able to see as you're supposed to. I don't have an additional rowboat token. You know, I can probably find one. Give me a second. Boat. Let's find a boat token.
Boatin'.
Good load. Jeez. There we go. Rowboat.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, your boat's also pretty crowded. That's true. Oh wait, no, these are slightly larger rowboats. Let me adjust that. It is kind of in between sizes. It is a little crowded still, but that's okay. Alright, and then Eli is already up there. Blurp. Sam is... Oh, The boat is a token, so I need to put it on the back. Otherwise, you'll be under it.
Oops.
And where is the allies group? Business. There's Rahala. Wait, that's not her token. Oops. How do I get the fuck? How do I get this off the screen? Go away. All right. So, that's the wrong thing. This is the other one. There's the token. That was the sheet. There's the token. Cool. And then I think that's all we need in order to get everybody over. We'll move this thing where at first it's going to be blank. You guys will be like, why is it gray? But it's all gray. We can't see anything. Wah. Just give me a second. Chill. We're getting there. We're getting there. But just hold on, guys. God. Give me a second. Fucking hell. Chat, stop being unruly. Alright? This is really immature.
Yeah, how dare.
Anyway.
If you want to be unruly and terrible in chat, if you're watching YouTube, you should come to the streams. I never miss a chance to plug. Always be plugging, that's what I said. That sounds terrible. Oh, God. Anyways.
Okay. I'm just gonna focus on...
Yes, please, let's go to the boat. I would like to climb aboard the boat now.
Get aboard the boat. And, Eli, give me... This is actually a charisma check.
Oh, yay. I can do that. I'm charismatic.
It's 21. You want to use the last luck?
No, I'll keep that. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, 21's pretty damn solid, actually. So you get up there and you're looking down while Rahal is climbing up. You hear kind of like a creak, like a very, very clear, like kind of creak next to you. And you swear it feels like someone is standing to your right. And behind you. Okay. And to your left. And you just kind of keep hearing these like kind of creak noises, like between the boat like rocking or moving, where it sounds like someone moving across the deck towards you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep doing that thing where, you know, when you're trying to like focus on something, but you're checking things, but you're trying to not make it obvious. So I'm trying to be subtle, like look to my left, look to my right, like.
All right, give me a perception check.
Scratch my face, you know, get a better look. Do the like, oh yeah, my face is just where you turn or whatever.
Yeah,
just, you know, like my wrestling alias. I'm just trying to be nonchalant. Hey, that was a good roll.
Keeping a 24?
Yes, I'm fine with my 24.
So you kind of look between the two sides and kind of glance behind yourself. First, you don't see anything. And then it's as you're looking back, something not quite right. You're right. So you finally like slide your gaze back over there and like focus a little bit more. All this thick fog around you as it begins to like kind of shrink back in, make visibility pretty terrible. It seems like it's flowing around a space. Like the fog is like kind of moving around a shape, a head, shoulders, a somewhat short humanoid shape directly next to you, just kind of standing there facing you. You don't see like features or anything, but it's like very obviously a humanoid shape there. Same to your left and behind you, but they're just kind of standing there facing you.
Okay. I'm gonna try and not freak out or anything, and just very calmly turn to one and be like, "Hi, how's it going?"
So you do that, and you can see the other two, the ones that are like to your left and right, they move back to be like one on each side of the one that's behind you, but they keep facing you. They all just kind of move into like this small line. They don't reply. You don't hear
Permission
anything.
to come aboard.
You see, like, their heads kind of tilt, not like the same, not in unison or anything, like different for all three. Eli, who are you talking to?
I don't know.
Sam, I'm coming back down.
What? No, I'm already climbing.
Just continues going up.
Sam like finished tying the knot and is not climbing.
She does not look down. The three figures do step back, Eli, and you can see now that you're like looking over there. There's a lot more than three. They're not all like in a line, but there's like you can just now see like a bunch of these like shapes kind of in the fog as it closes in.
Mm-hmm.
They all seem pretty uniform in shape. They don't move in unison, but they seem pretty like they're all the same shape, same height. Maybe like 5'5", 5'4".
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll be like, hey, do you guys like need help with something? Are you stuck?
No reply. The fog seems to close in enough, and like you can't even quite see far enough to like get a good image of them anymore. You know they're around, right? But they don't seem to have. And again, you just see a shape. Whatever they are not. They're not they're kind of invisible, effectively, right? Because you're just seeing straight through them. You just see that like the fog goes around them. But you can give me a knowledge arcana check here.
Okey-doke. Yeah, 18 again.
18 again. Okay. As you're looking at them, they remind you of something. It's kind of hard to put your finger on at first. It's like because like you're trying to think what looks like that. Are they? Do ghosts do this? Is this a ghost thing? Like kind of racking your brain. The closest thing that comes to mind is actually unseen servant.
Okay.
You know they are invisible. They're like little force constructs in a way.
Right.
You don't know why or how they would be persisting here like this, but that's the thing that it makes you think of, especially because they're not really very reactive. They don't seem to be speaking. They don't seem to be taking any particular actions at this point anymore either.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Rahali, you gotta see this. It's weird.
She sighs and finally pulls herself up, swings her feet over the side and gets up there, nearly slips, kind of grabs the edge of the boat and rights herself. Says, what am I looking at exactly other than fog?
Okay.
Stands like uncomfortably close to you.
Yeah, I'm doing that thing where I'm like trying to guide, the vision. I'm like, squint, look real close. Can you see the outlines of the shapes?
Oh God. Okay. Yes. Why are there so Sam, hurry up, please. Why are there so many?
I'm trying to figure that out myself, and I can't. They look a lot like Unseen Servant, the spell, but I asked if we could come aboard. They didn't stop me. And then I also asked if they were stuck and needed help, and then they just kind of drifted off a bit. So, I don't know.
That's a good point, and they haven't attacked, so... Interesting. We'll try giving them an order.
Okay. Here's hoping that I speak Ulu. I'm gonna be like, I'll raise the mizzen mast. Look at her like confused because I don't know anything about sailing. I've just heard that term. I've been on a boat once in my life before.
You could have said something you're familiar with, like jumping jacks or something.
Fair enough, but I wanted to see if they could sail the boat.
They just seem to stare at you. I don't think they got it. Sam, you finally get up there.
Yeah. Sam, tell him a sailing thing.
Tell them a sailing thing.
Yeah. Sam will. What? Did you speak to him in Euless?
Yeah, I was going to try a bunch of different languages here in a minute, but that was what I went with first since that's where we are. Is there a name on the side of the boat? Did you see if there was a name on the side of the boat?
I wasn't looking for names.
Damn me. Because if it was in a specific language, then that would give us a hint.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that till we got on the boat. I didn't think it would be necessary.
Sam will think of the sailors that he has interacted with and how they snap to attention when a captain would like board and things like that. Trying to remember the words because Panda doesn't know. I think it's like not like a tin hut, but something
say
similar
officer
to that.
on deck, they'll do that.
Yeah.
As somebody who was almost in the Navy.
Yeah.
And I know a thing or two about boats.
Sure, I'll try that. I'm gonna say it in Thule.
Oh, you say it in Thule. Okay. So Eli, because you're kind of you're barely able to still kind of see them, and you're like kind of got a pinpoint on them. But he shouts that,
and I will also, I'll also salute Eli.
I'll look confused.
Their heads do seem to snap over to Sam, like they're watching him, and he says that, and then they look back at you.
Oh, okay. Okay, they seem to respond in Thule. Okay, I'll just say assemble in Thule to see if they all come forward.
You speak Thule?
Crew assemble. I will say yes in Thulian.
Okay.
Thule.
You say that. Give me another straight charisma in this case.
All right. Charisma. Go. That was not as good.
E. Keeping it.
I'm gonna roll luck on that one.
14.
There
nice.
we go. 14's pretty good for a skill check. Or as not skill check, ability check.
Yeah, just an ability check. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you shout that, and you can see what looks like about 6 more come over and kind of line up. It's not like a super organized line, but they're definitely lining up.
Okay. Neat. Okay. I think maybe it works if we speak in Thulian. I whisper to Rahala. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I am.
Huh. Well, I suppose it's a good thing. I mean, it means they're listening to you. I guess they see you as the captain.
Thanks to Sam, I think.
Can you appoint someone as captain?
I don't know. Kind of look around at you okay. Try and Thulian again, be like, crew, I gesture to Sam. I go, this is the new first mate. Take orders from him. As I whisper over to her, I don't know if I can do captain, but I went with first mate.
I was trying not to.
They look over at Sam, and they kind of turn slightly towards you. By now, Sam, after enough time, and you've seen one before. Yeah, these are definitely the shapes you saw. And holy shit, there are a lot of them, and they're all facing you now. Which obviously you understood what Eli said because you speak Thule. It's your native tongue. But yeah, they're all facing you now. You see about 9 of them.
Okay. Then I'll try and give him a sailing order.
yes, those orders that I know.
Rahala just says, just tell them to man their stations.
Yeah, straight up what I was actually thinking. All right, you man. I was like thinking about calling them like scallywags or something cliche. Man your stations, Bob, or man your stations. I'm speaking in my Thule accent, which does not mean I have an accent.
I mean, if you're speaking Thule, you definitely don't need an accent, but
yeah, it's just the character I get stuck. Yeah. But I'll order them to man their stations.
Yeah, you see them. The 9 there all sort of break up. Sam, you go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom. They're not undead, correct?
Correct, they are not.
Okay. I wanted to make sure because the favorite enemy stuff.
Yeah, okay. You see those 9 all like move off to different places. They go kind of out of your the limits of your sight, especially when the fog is all condensed like this. But you do see them seem to move off. You can even hear like the footsteps, sort of the creaking and whatnot of them all going to different spots. You can hear some of the different parts of the ship seem to move slightly. You think they actually did follow the order.
Okay, well, they appear to be doing stuff. I'll say in Ulus.
Oh, cool. So,
should I keep them doing stuff, or should I have them stand at ease at the moment?
I think it is because we don't want to accidentally sail the ship off.
I'll go ahead and get it
anchored.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll go ahead.
Actually, that's something we should do while we're up here. See if we can figure out where the anchor is. We should make sure to do that. Thanks for saying
that. Sam will, I guess. Look, most of my sailing knowledge comes from Assassin's Creed Black Flag and watching people play Sea of Thieves. So it's not real sailing,
Yeah,
it's through a big crank in the center of the ship.
But you did go on a boat. Sam, you know that usually there is a. You remember seeing like a crank, kind of on the side of the ship that you were on.
Yeah,
but
where an anchor they would let it out and reel it back in for other lack of terms. I'll start looking for that after I give the order to be at ease.
Okay. Dave knowledge, this is going to be probably a 3-sail boat. You're going to have a main sail, a smaller front sail, and then you're going to have a back sail that rotates to help direction. You're also going to have a rudder back there to steer, and which is going to be where the wheel is, right? So you're going to have that, and that's going to be how you catch and move. You're going to have the riggings and joists on the spinning sail, which allows you to take wind and adjust the boat's direction.
I am
just based off of this incredibly small picture I see.
Yeah. I'm immediately reminded of like Critical Role stuff of the player saying like, yeah, I'm a sailor, not really knowing sailing, and then they come to do the sailing, but he just has a huge 3-ring binder of sailing terminology and stuff.
Yes.
He's like, yes, port side.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yep. Which I don't blame him.
Cool.
So,
right.
So you guys are going to like look around.
I believe
is that really what it is?
Backwards, my friend.
You're what? Oh,
say again.
Yeah, you guys are looking for the anchor, right?
Yeah.
Yes, port would be if you're facing the front of the boat, port is the left-hand side of the boat, starboard is the right-hand side of the boat. So port should be where the rowboat is on the port side of the boat. Like
I raised my hand enough that my dog is very confused.
What are we doing?
Cool. So you guys break off to do that. I'm assuming you're not gonna just like take like a long ass time. You're gonna just try to look around and decent amount.
I am gonna walk to this this center grate thing here right though and look down and see if I see the ooze.
Oh, I forgot we have like a
lay down.
Do I
good boy.
Can I have dark vision?
Oh sure.
Okay. I'm in a sea of black at the moment. I assume that you would have cast dark vision on me.
I didn't think.
Or I would have had a torch or something lit.
I think that's what reminded me. All right, there you go. You got dark vision now.
Yeah.
Or else this would have been a real
Rala
fun.
probably would have cast light on, well, probably herself.
Yeah.
Rahala, you're absolutely glowing.
I'm gonna go stick my head towards that metal grate and peer down in it, like, you know.
Yeah.
So you take a look in there. I'm just getting the token set up so they've got what they're supposed to have. There you go. All right. So you take a look down there, and at first you don't really see anything. It's just dark. I mean, obviously you can see in the dark to an extent, but it's just black. And then you hear this like very loud, like echoing suction noise, just, and you're like, ugh, what the hell was that? And then you see like a ripple go through the darkness down there, and the ship like kind of does like this very quick rock that's a little bit out of place from how it was just moving a second ago. And you see like another ripple go across. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Like it happens again. Like obviously the ship's not like, it's not like jostling super hard or anything, but like it's moving enough that you can definitely tell that whatever's causing it is giving it a little bit of motion. But you notice like after that second ripple, there's like a third, and that one's a little closer, and you hear that suction sound much louder and closer, sort of to your left, and you realize that, yeah, you're looking at the ooze, and it's like jostling from side to side underneath until it can like make its way up to the grate to get to you.
Oh, yeah. I'll just back off quickly, be like, don't go near the grate. The ooze is very animated.
Yeah.
It really, I don't know if ooze is hungry, but it seems hungry.
Well, that's not great.
You could see that there are like crates and other things down there. Like there's like a glance you're able to see. They don't look like they're floating in the ooze. They look like they were kind of like sitting off to the side, like a little bit away from it. Some of them are like very clearly very well worn down, or they have like parts of them that have just been eaten away. But you can definitely see that there is some stuff that's not in that like large expanse of darkness. Once you like step away and you're like looking at it from the side, you can see that there is some stuff down there that's still intact. But sorry, go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
Do we want to try and solve the ooze problem, or just let the ooze be?
Rahala? Do you know of any way to get rid of ooze? Because my knowledge of oozes is fairly limited.
Depends on the ooze. I would need to have a chance to study this one and figure out what type it is. So depending on the ooze, oftentimes very strong alcohol they reverse to. Some really hate sunlight. It just sort of depends.
Well, all right then. So in that case, we might just have to sail this ship with the ooze on board and figure it out.
We might. But yes, let's see about the anchor, shall we? Okay, and then perception check for you three.
Woo!
One of you will get a +2 from Rahala. You decide who.
Probably not me.
Okay.
Yeah, although I rolled great, so.
+2.
Did you?
So 27.
I did.
Versus
I rolled
Sam's
a 19.
30.
I'm proud of that.
I rolled a 12.
With Rahala's help, Sam still has the higher check. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. But that's okay.
So you guys look around that deck, the top deck there, and yeah, you see over. You guys can actually kind of see now, right?
Yeah,
because the light and everything. Cool. So over here, you can tell this is like the captain's quarters. Do you actually go in there?
If we're looking for an anchor, probably not, because I would assume that the anchor is somewhere on deck.
Yeah. So you leave it shut for now. Go like up here, like kind of looking around there. You don't see anything. You do see like some sacks and some like barrels and other things up there that sounds like you don't really examine right now. There are these bone piles that are about. There's like a skeleton over here.
Bone piles.
These are definitely here. They do seem oddly like not orderly, like they're not like sorted by like what bone is what, but they do seem like kind of grouped together into like pretty neat piles, and then that skeleton's just like off to the side.
Okay. Just a quick question: are these skeletons shorter than average, taller than average? Like, can I just at a glance, like, is this because it's a completed skeleton, right?
They're one is a completed skeleton. Looks like it's medium.
Yeah, does it
looks like medium size?
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Because like, if it's because you described all the unseen servants, about 5'4" too. I was like, if this is also shorter, then that might mean something. But
yeah. This one, it looks like they were probably a bit taller than that. Like they were maybe 5'7", 5'8", roughly.
Okay,
but it's hard to know.
That's Sam's height,
but definitely taller than the unseen servants.
Okay, cool.
Let me see. Yeah, so you get all the way around it. You take probably about 10 minutes of searching. You get like all the way around this top layer here, and you find some rope, which is nice. You find a couple of spools of rope, but nothing that looks like it's for weighing anchor.
Okay.
Do you spot Sam, because you rolled the highest, over on that side, the starboard side, you do see, when you like look down, you see what looks like a chain going into the water from about halfway down to the water.
Great.
Yeah.
When Sam finds that, he'll call out and be like, yeah, it looks like I got a chain here going to one of the lower decks.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm out. So that's a thing.
So how do we,
sunlight or alcohol? You say. You know, I do know. Was it common for the sailors to have their allowance of rum and things like that when I was sailing?
Yeah, you were probably familiar with that. Sam's a pretty personal guy. You probably found out.
Yeah. Sam was probably talking to everybody on that boat too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not going on an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, there could be some sort of alcoholic beverage somewhere on here. I don't know if there's going to be a lot or a little, but I know the sailors that I were with had rum rations.
Okay. Well, that's something to look for as well.
That could be. That would probably also be down below deck. We could try the captain's quarters. Maybe he has something in there. They don't know. Correcting myself, the captain could be a woman.
Let's go figure that out then, I guess.
I will also say, so Sam, probably between you and the others looking around, you figure out, especially when they come and take a look at what you've found. Yeah, it looks like that anchor is attached to the second deck, but you're pretty certain there's a third. This is a total of 3 decks.
So we're on
top.
The deck.
Okay.
Yes.
The second would be the slime.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's a possible third, or looks like there should be
definitely a third. Hopefully, the slime has not filled up the third and is overflowing into the second. That would be very bad.
Because, look, part of me is like, I don't know how Unseen Servant works. I believe they have health and stuff like that.
Kind of.
I mean, yeah.
If somebody tossed a fireball in here, they would all be gone. is what would happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
They couldn't like walk in slime. Then they can't. They would take damage from the slime or ooze. That correct?
So
I don't know how slime or ooze reacts with unseen servant.
Assume you're asking Eli in character.
Yeah, because or both of them, because they are both more magically inclined than I.
If it takes a small amount of damage, about as much as a person, from like things, it dissipates. But like it can't technically be killed. So it just ceases to exist. Mechanically speaking, they can't be killed. But if they take 6 points of damage from area attacks, which they get no save against, they cease to exist.
Yeah, they're gone.
Because I was about I was like, I wonder if I can just like order them to bail out the slot of the ooze, or whatever, which would not be great for the whatever. I don't know if like.
Also, they have like whatever the spell's range is. If they go beyond the range, they dissipate. They just stop existing, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know what level this person casts it at, but the range is 25 feet plus 5 per every 2 levels. So let's just assume we're going to assume a baseline level of 4, just to make it easy math. That means they have 35 feet they can move. So if they go too far below deck and the origin point of the spell was like, let's say the middle of the deck, and this is like to the corner of the boat, they could just dissipate on accident.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That eliminates that idea of just like, just go bail out the slime or the ooze. Because I want to say like, I don't know how slime would survive in water. I just imagine it like dumping a bowl of Jello into a pond, and it just like starts dissipating because of the water,
Which I guess is why the water's heavy.
Yeah, could be. But also it like the slime could be structural, or the ooze could be structural. Structural. Yeah, it's keeping all the water out.
It's non-Newtonian ooze.
So you've learned a couple of things so far. There are also 2 sails. There are 2 masts.
Two sails. Okay.
Yeah, 2 very large masts.
All right. Large masts. Big sails. So that is actually something I'm going to ask. If we can we get the servants? Let's get the servants to hoist the sails so we can see if there's any holes or anything we need to fix. Because obviously the sails need to be in one piece to sail, right?
I like one piece.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. So one thing you all will, probably Rahala might just call it out and say, there's only one other problem. The boat is facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to have to turn it. There's a lot of rocks here, and a dock that we don't want to hit, and a shore we don't want to run aground on, and floating what I hope are just dancing lights and not actual fire that we don't want to run into with our sails. It's a bit hazardous. It's going to be a difficult turn.
I know, that's definitely a thing on the list.
Okay.
You want to check the sails first and then the captain's quarters?
Well, why don't we check the captain's quarters first, just so we know there's not something just on deck with us that is potentially hazardous.
Yeah. Okay. Sam, I'll walk over to the captain's door.
Just to check in real quick before you guys go in there. Lami, are you doing anything specific while you're over there on the beach?
Just chatting with them, finding out, oh hey, from not Ulu, Sisegia, and she's just looking around, and if they're not talking to her, she'll just sing some Ulu songs.
Oh, rude.
I mean, they'll talk to you. Except Thorfinn seems to be very absorbed. He's still it's been hours, but he's still praying. Think maybe some of it is getting his spells back. Some of it is like maybe even thanking, being thankful for being alive. You don't know, but he's been going for a while, but he's not really talking much other than that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, so that's what happens. You DM one game, you're it. It's you now.
Forever.
Yep, that's what happens, especially if you enjoy it. But
you're screwed.
Anyway. So yeah, you chat with them for a bit. You find out that all 3 of them are native to Setsegia, except Layla is from Gurga, but she's a runaway and is like very she's very like almost like a bit extra like Setsegia loyal now. Like you just kind of find that out as you're chatting with them. Like she's not like, what's the word I'm looking? She's not like fanatical nationalist about it, but she's just like a little bit extra, like beating her chest for this country kind of thing. Than the others are, who are just like, I mean, yeah, whatever. We're from here. But this is all we know. But yeah, you kind of find that out about them. That you know, they mostly were doing like things like protecting caravans, and they've done like a couple of just sort of odd jobs of like going with other groups to deal with bandits, just to be like, hey, we're gonna go pay a ransom and we just want some protections. They'd go with them. Or, hey, we're gonna go kick the shit out of these bandits. We need some more people who swing weapons. And they're like, all right. They've just done a lot of little odd jobs type stuff. Kind of like how when you started, they don't seem to have like ended up ramping up into things that were super dangerous, like what happened to you guys. Like they sort of just did what they were doing, and like nothing crazy happened, so they kept doing that. And then now something crazy has happened. So they're experienced, but they're not experienced like you guys.
But that's the thing. It's doubling down Lamia's idea of, oh, it's Eli's fault.
I mean, it is. You guys did go to work for him. Yes. And everybody told you not to. You even had former employees that were like, don't do it. And you did it anyway. And now you're here. But hey, you're here at your 9th level. You know? They're like 3rd.
True. Also, like, what were our other options realistically?
Yeah, play a different campaign, I guess.
Fight? No, I just mean like fight all the Rakag that are up there. Like we had 2 ways to go, that way and this way. We went this way.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. Okay, but yeah, you had chit chat with them, and they seem to. It seems to also help them relax a little bit. You could tell they were kind of tense just being back down here.
Yeah.
And then giant ass Adank over there, but she seems chill, and they didn't hear the like vaguely threatening way that she just speaks naturally, because none of you guys have speak with animals.
Nope.
So it's like, well, we're not getting eaten, so this is okay. But they're able to kind of relax a bit with you just talking to them, and they'll keep chatting with you about whatever for a while. You guys probably swap songs, you know, or like family stuff. You learn a little bit about how life in Gurg is a bit different, even though Layla doesn't want to talk about it a lot until you're just being personable. So she's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's about the same. We have hearths. We just kind of get to like go on about that a bit.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Because of that, though, you will also learn a bit of news that you guys have managed to avoid this whole time that you've been back in civilization. You'll learn that the war has started.
Oh,
like the first battle, like the first skirmish of it has actually taken place. It took place while you were gone. Happened like just outside of Kashyyyk, which is the town like right there on the border.
Fun.
And yeah, and they kind of are like, they're all like kind of sad about it, right? But and they kind of get a little bit somber about it, and they're like, well, we still don't know why they attacked, but who knows? News will get here eventually. I mean, maybe we'll actually survive long enough to hear it.
Yeah, that's the optimistic way of thinking that.
Sure. I don't know. I mean,
live long enough to die in a war.
It's like, at this point, I just want to get home. But I wouldn't be surprised if most of the small towns and stuff start drumming up for support, you know. Militias are going to be in pretty short supply, so folks like us will be in work. But I don't know if we'll be looked at kindly for not going out and, you know, defending the country. So, a lot to think about.
It is a lot to think about. I just know I won't be in it. I promised my dad.
Oh. I mean, I guess that's one reason, but, like, maybe you should talk to him about it. I mean, the way you were able to handle those recog, you could jump into a hell of a position, I'm sure. Probably wouldn't even have to go in direct combat if you didn't need to.
Well, I also made a promise to she's the wind, right?
The wind spear,
Yeah. I also made a promise to the wind spear that I'd be doing something for her that probably takes precedent.
I mean, yeah, considering she's the leader of the military movements in the whole country, I'd probably listen to her, you know. Then again, your dad, I mean, I guess they're in agreement in this case, so yeah, you got a good reason. I won't hear the end of it, though, if I go home. Grandpa is, you know, he'd be out there himself if his hip wasn't bad, so I'm probably gonna have to stop him from going.
It's rough.
Oh, you don't tell me what to do. I can still hold a spear. I can hear it now.
I guess that is the difference between... You said it was your grandfather?
Yeah, my dad's more level-headed.
Alright, okay, there's probably that difference. My grandma doesn't care that I wanted to be in the war.
Oh well, we'll figure it out, I guess. First things first, we gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
First things first. We'll come
back over.
To start with me.
So you try the double doors for the captain's quarters.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna check them first to make sure.
I included that. In your previous, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Locked.
I usually don't, so it's good that you confirmed. But yeah, they're locked. It actually feels like they're barred from the inside, just like the way that it moved, and you don't see like a key lock or anything out here.
Do unseen servants? I'll ask one of them real quick. Can they just pass through walls, or do they need?
No.
Okay.
There might be one in there.
Shapeless, but they're force, right? So. Yeah.
Sorry, I keep thinking they're like ghosts.
Not quite, but if they were ghosts, I suppose the fog would just go through them too, and we wouldn't see them at all.
That's true.
Try shouting in there. Maybe one's inside.
Yeah. This is first mate. This is first mate Goodbean. Requesting access to the captain's quarters.
A few seconds pass, you hear like a loud creak from the other side. Something kind of slides once, twice. Then there's like a thump, and then you hear like a loud creak just on the other side of the door, and like another, and then it's quiet again.
I'll try the door again.
They open.
And this time a trap sets off. No.
They open, and you can see inside the captain's quarters, and I don't know how your characters would take this, given that the way everything else looks, right? Everything else is kind of drab. It's obviously been here for a long fucking time, right? It's like notched up. Some of the wood's a little bit not quite properly treated anymore. It's obviously been here for a long time, unmaintenanced, but still in working condition. The captain's quarters looks untouched. You see this like large, opulent 4-poster bed in there.
Oh no!
By opulent, I mean opulent by regular people standards, not like it fits 20 people kind of shit. Like regular rich people type thing. But they probably, well, if it was Federo, they probably paid for it themselves. But could have been stolen also. Either way, very nice looking bed with like these like thick quilts on it, actual pillows that look like they're probably goose down on the inside, so expensive. it is clearly the like thing that they spent the most on was the bed, which makes sense. It's like, you know, if you're gonna go out and spend all that time, So there's that, but you see like a couple dressers, like one on either side of the room. There's like a large, like full length mirror on one end of the on one side of the bed. There's like an actual nightstand next to it with an unlit lantern. You can see like the nightstand has like little drawers in it. The two dressers on either side, both are just covered in stuff. You see some that it's like folded clothes. You see like what looks like a scale. There's like actually a few stacks of coins. You see a couple of different pouches and things over there. There's like bottles, what looks like a makeup kit of some kind, maybe some sort of perfume. You see a rack, just like in the corner to your left, that like a coat rack, and you can see that there's like this long, like heavy looking jacket hanging on the coat rack, as well as a bicorn hat. I know, Panda. So
Sam locks onto it.
He's like,
I don't even care if it's cursed. I'm putting it on.
Heavy pair of boots also sitting at the base of the rack. And
technically, I have a head slot already, so I couldn't wear it. But you know,
if it's magic, yeah. But
yeah.
And then you can see, like at the foot of the bed is like a long, like kind of low, like a thin sort of chest that's there as well. That does have a keyhole on the front, or a lock on the front with a keyhole. You get that open. It looks totally untouched. It smells a little like cinnamon in there. Like there's like a cinnamon smell to the air in there, as well as like that like touch of like seawater, which, you know, is odd, but yeah, because this should all be fresh water, as far as you know. Yeah, that's what you see when you open it. I don't know how your characters respond, because it looks very out of place. None of it looks like aged, worn, none of that.
I'll go in first
Dibs if it's not haunted. Dibs if it's not haunted.
I think we're gonna have to share it. Just saying. We'll take turns.
Sure.
That's what's fair. You can have first turn.
Okay, but if we get rid of the ooze and there's other quarters, I call dibs. Just remember that. Just remember I call dibs.
I don't know. I think I'm first mate. And
is it called the first mate's quarters?
I didn't think we elected a captain.
That's good.
Yeah, we haven't elected a captain yet, so
yeah.
I did call, try to elect Eli, but
well, like he elected you first mate, technically.
Yeah.
So it seems that they think he is the captain.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm fine with recognizing the international rule of dibs. So
I think that's very fair. But
I think you can have the bed. I'll take the floor.
Is there a comfy armchair that I'm not seeing? I just like look around the corner.
Well, when you look around the corner, there actually is. It's not like a big armchair, but you do see what looks like a very nice, like kind of like soft cushioned chair that's been like pushed up into the corner.
Okay,
Actually,
well,
now that you look at that, and you're looking at the inside of, there's no like bar on this door. That chair was probably used to like barricade the door for some reason.
Okay, well, in that case, I guess keep your eyes out for a person, living or dead, inside this room.
In Thule, I'll be like, attention, or whatever, you know, like the normal thing. To see if I call any unseen servant to attention.
You don't know for sure, other than because there's no like fog in here, so you can't see anything. You do hear like some like thumps and some creaks. You think one is in the middle of the room, roughly?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wish I had some like magic goggles or something that I could see magic with.
Yeah, would that be nice?
I mean, generally, you just sort of, when you have an unseen servant, you just sort of say what you're wanting and you just assume it's going to do it.
Yeah. At ease if you're still at attention. I'll say it until again. I guess just if you bump into him, say sorry. All right, what are we looking for?
Manifest.
Everything?
Yeah, I was gonna say we want manifest if we can find one. That will be helpful. Any kind of maps or anything that could help us navigate for any reason. Heck, I don't know.
If we've cleared this deck of threats, should we try working to get everyone over here? Maybe.
I mean, there is a bunch of ooze like 15 feet below us.
True, but there's all those Adanks. I mean, I know we have a day, but she said they were unruly.
I feel significantly more confident with us on the boat. All of us together on the boat. So in that case, Sam, should we all go back? Or do we think it's safe if just two of us go back, or just, to row the boat? That's all. It's tough to figure out how we're going to get everybody over. How big is that boat, by the way, the rowboat? Like, how many people do you think you can safely hold?
Comfortably 2, but you can obviously get 3. It's just, if something happens, the check is going to be harder to like maintain it if something like that smack it over. So 2 is the safe, the safest way. 3 is doable.
Well, okay, hold on. I'm going to say this. So one person can obviously row the boat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a personal rowboat. Sam, I think this is going to suck. I think you're going to have to go back by yourself because you're the one who has to deal with the 8X.
Yep. I can't talk to him anymore today. I'm just letting you know.
No, but they recognize you and they like you for some reason. So you're the one who's least likely to be eaten in the event of, for some reason, they flip on us. So I think you're going to have to go over and start picking people up.
Ellie posted the fox chicken in the bag of grain again.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. So I
have to stay in the boat at all times.
I think you might want to just start with just Thorvin, because he's going to need to come probably by himself. And we'll bring him over and we'll set him up an area or something so that we can get him comfortable. But I think he's going to have to run on a trip by himself. He might be the one we have to go to first. And then, we've got 4 other people. We can fit 3 on the boat, so then we just take them in 2s.
Yeah. All right. Oh, God. Okay.
Rahul and I will keep snooping around while you do that.
Yeah. I'm going to grab some of those ropes that we found, and I'm going to tie them off on the side of the boat and lower them down, so that way we can haul Thorvin up if we need to.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit easier on us getting up.
Right. Totally understand. Yeah. Whatever you think can work. And if you do need to get like Roy and whatever her name is, I forget.
Layla.
Layla, thank you. First or something, so that they can help us with Thorvin, then okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think both of y'all are pretty capable on pulling him up. It's not going to be too hard. Called pineapple jello. Oh, it's a way to make... Okay. Can I cast all food on some ooze?
I don't.
I'm going to eat. I want to eat back.
You cannot cast it on creatures.
No,
I'm
it is not an object.
It's that. You can't.
Wait, if the ooze is killed and is a corpse, does that mean it's still a creature?
Oh gosh.
I'm shutting up.
It's a corpse then, but
Yeah.
Do corpses qualify as creatures?
They are objects technically, but they're also just their own thing in a way.
Because I remember somebody talking about
listen, I thought we got rid of the not that you're gonna just be eating random.
Yeah, that's why I can talk about it now. It's totally cool now.
Oh gosh.
No trauma at all.
I think it's lame.
We're gonna continue snooping around the captain's quarters for any documentation of import or anything else. But
if it was
primarily,
ocean,
I'm looking for documentation.
Look, I'm just saying, if we were in ocean water, the ooze would probably taste like salt water, like taffy or something, like a salty pudding.
Salty pudding.
That
sounds
on that
very
note,
British of you, sir.
So Sam, you're going to be ferrying everyone across. Okay.
Yep, I'm the farrier.
we already discovered your survival check is absurd. So
yeah. I'll go back, explain the plan.
You can't even fail if I increase the DC by 10. So yeah, you're good. We're not gonna have you roll unless something occurs, right? But
yeah. I'm gonna run it past. First I'm gonna run down like, hey, yeah, top floor, Pure's fine. Second floor, bunch of ooze. We think it's safer if we move everybody to the boat, the big boat, the ship
with ooze on it.
It's on the second floor. It's below.
It's still there.
Yeah, there's 8 inks out here though.
There are indeed.
The ooze
and really
come up, is it? Like it's not gonna just ooze at us, right?
I believe Eli looked at it, and when he got close, it got close. So as long as you don't like wander near any openings to the lower deck, you should be fine.
Question mark?
I don't really know anything about oozes that much, but that doesn't sound like that's normal behavior.
What?
Like it just reacting to something being there and then it retreating just because the other thing retreated.
I mean, if you don't know anything about it, then how do you know it's normal behavior?
To be fair, I'm only comparing it to my other time bumped into that one ooze. You know Sam, the one that burned my back for a bit?
You guys didn't remove the stimuli. You were still at its detection range, so it chased you.
I don't know. Whether or not, I still think it's probably best because, first of all, there's a really nice captain's quarters on that boat. And I'm talking clean bed, clean sheets. Rahala called dibs. I think as first mate, I'm just going to have to overrule and say we all get it for a minute. That way we can all rest comfortably. Thorvin especially. What I'm bringing up now is, do y'all want me to take one of y'all or two of y'all over there first and then get Thorvin? Or take him first and let Rahala and Eli to try and haul him up?
You actually hear him like go quiet because you've been hearing him just like softly praying from where he was, and he finally stops. He says, sorry, I wasn't listening particularly close, but I'm still weak, but I should be protected from the ravages of the disease for a time. I've prayed for the gift and it's been granted. I will have to do this daily until a treatment is available. I can do it for one other, I believe, and perhaps whoever would be showing symptoms next, I can be of assistance.
Okay, just don't push yourself too hard.
I believe this is the time to do so. Don't you?
Yeah, it could only get worse. From my knowledge, this disease does damage somebody's. I'm trying to think of a not D&D term. Strength. You know,
I mean, strength is a non-D&D term as well. Right?
I know. So. It just feels too D&D to say it like that. So. I don't know if yours is. I can't tell if he's been affected or not. I know meta-wise he has.
Like you can tell, he looks very frail, very weak. Not like his muscles have shrunk, just like his hands are like kind of trembling. His pallor is pretty. He's pretty pale looking. Like he doesn't look well.
I mean, thankfully you're not wearing like plate armor. And I look at. Well, I mean,
yes.
So if you're,
I will need to travel light for certain.
And they should be able to haul you up. I got enough ropes tied down there. We had to climb up a single rope. We got a couple more hanging down now, so we should be able to get you up. We might bang you around a little bit, but you know.
Well, hopefully not too much. however we can get this done. I agree. It might be better to be there than here, where we're scarcely tolerated.
Also, like, I bet they could get up there. I don't think they'd want to, though. Because the water's got something in it that's not nice. So let's not get in it at all.
Let's avoid that completely, dude.
Yeah. I mean, besides the 8 inks, it has something in it, like some kind of substance.
Right.
I realize now I have dunked my head in the water, and it was like, yeah, probably if I didn't get like slobbered on by the 8 ink, my skin probably would have burnt and stuff.
Oh my god.
Hattie's just glaring at you. She's, you did what? That's what you did?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
You literally were the one that just said it, Sam.
I don't know.
But let's keep moving.
At the time, I did not know it was right there. Or there was 5 of them and one big one.
You knew there was at least one, and did you have eyes on the one that you knew was here?
I was trying to.
Sam, okay, listen. From now on, I'm going with you wherever you go. Okay? That is the rule from now on. We are buddies, and that way, the next time you decide to do something like that, since Eli isn't stopping you, I will bonk you. I'm going to need to get a good bonking stick.
Yes. All right.
Might also have to learn how to read minds. That sounds like a move that Sam just did.
It was very train of thought. Stream of thought. There we go. That's better because I don't. Our train. Well, wagon trains. But yeah. It's one of those things of like, well, that's a one way to light the fuse. Wait, the fuses exist? Yeah. No.
Right. Yeah, they do. But yes.
Yeah. A clock's right twice. A broken clock's twice. Do clocks exist?
Usually tell when he's thinking about doing something wild.
Also, I found a really cool hat I want to try it on. So, yeah.
Okay. Let's go get on the raft. It's going to be a little cramped.
Yeah. I think to be safe, it should just be me and
Thorfinn,
thank you. Oh my god.
Hattie's like, yes, but do you remember what I said like 10 seconds ago?
No. And I start trying to move Thorfinn, like help him up.
Oh, Sam, that's a dumb idea.
She just goes and gets in the raft.
Man.
All right. Miss Hadeland, she goes, Hattie. Hattie. I'll use the other spell on you so you're protected for today. If we're all going to be in close squish together. He'll cast delay disease on her. And then you'll all squish together and go across. You guys work for a while and finally get Thorfinn helped up on there. But that will all you won't have any trouble ferrying everyone. I already did a secret check about it to see if anything bad happened, and unfortunately the answer is no.
Secret?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the answer is no.
We don't even know if there was any ones in that secret.
There were. It wasn't a
or
it wasn't a D20. It wasn't a D20. It was a D100. So.
Or 2s, which are the real enemies of this campaign.
Damn right they are. So
unnatural 1s because screw those 2s.
You know what? I'm gonna roll again. You know what? Just because I'm gonna roll again. I feel I'm being chastised. I feel I'm being wrongfully targeted. It's worse. All right, never mind. Nothing happens. Yeah. So okay. So here's what happened. Right. This time I was like, all right. The stuff happening is on both extremes. If it's really low, it'll be this kind of stuff happens. If it's really high, it'll be this kind of stuff will happen. And I was like, between So if it's above 80, a thing, right? If it's 20 or below, a thing. And like the first roll I rolled was like 62. I was like, damn. And this one I rolled was 55. It's like, all right, fuck you too.
55.
So you were being
even
bossy.
closer to the middle.
Come on, girl. Now do the 55.
But yeah, so you guys are working on that. And then Eli and Rahala. So Eli, give me a perception check with a +2 from the assistants.
What? Do what now?
I said, Eli, give me a perception
Eli.
check with +2
Oh,
from the
Yeah, he
assistants.
told me to give him a perception check, and I did, and
Sir.
I rolled a 26 total.
I was coughing, so I missed what you said. I just heard Rahala with +2.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
yeah.
assistance from her.
Okay. So, as you root around in there, are you doing any other particular thing to like search with, or just being careful and searching things?
Just being careful and searching things.
Okay. Is there anything particular you're like? Are you trying like to not like move the covers? Are you trying not to like open stuff? Or are you just going surface level?
Nope.
Or are you
Just
all over?
opening, checking, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. The little like the long chest thing is locked.
Okay.
It's like can't get it open. Can't like jostle. It's not stuck. It's definitely locked.
Okay.
You like, can I go and pull the top like quilt, the comforter back off the bed? You see, there's like a lighter, kind of lacier one underneath that, and what is shitty as you guys like you've had to camp and then be in like probably the worst sleep you've had in a long time. It's like pulling this back, you see this like kind of lacy other under comforter, and then like a sheet below that thing. You're just like, God damn, this bed looks comfortable. Like, even when you gotta like, lean on it, it's like it's just the right level of softness. Somebody definitely spent a pretty penny on this thing. It is roughly queen size. 4 posters, all that stuff. But you like, pull that stuff back. Nothing really under there. You lift one of the pillows, and you see that there is a sheathed dagger under that pillow. Looks pretty good quality. It doesn't look like it's Setsi make. It looks like it's some other. You don't really know. You don't recognize it for sure, but it's not from Setsegia. Some other smith.
Okay.
Wait, what? Interference probably increases each time the boat crosses, tempting nasty snacks. But then again, maybe Mamba will pay more attention with the increased activity. Yeah, probably. So, but I rolled worse. So even though I did increase the likelihood, it didn't matter. But yeah, it looks like it's some other make that you don't recognize off the top of your head, but looks very good quality. Check under the other pillow. You don't know what the fuck that is. Because I don't feel like trying to come with a really crazy description, it's a flintlock pistol.
Okay,
But
cool.
Eli has no clue what the fuck that thing is. It's just a weird looking long deal, right? It's obviously like very well crafted. It's pretty ornate looking. Do you like pick it up and touch it?
Yeah, I turn it over and I'm like this, and then I just
As
kind of like
soon as you pick it up, it dissolves. It just turns into sand. Rahala's just
Sam
looking
just
at you. She's like,
crying.
"We don't tell Sam."
Yeah. Deal.
That was for me, wasn't it?
That was. Sam's just rowing across the thing, just like looks directly at like the captain's quarters.
Something
I
happened.
sense disturbance. Yeah. Something I've not felt since a long time ago.
Since that
Sam, why are you
basement.
crying?
Yeah,
I
in the
don't
basement.
know.
Yeah, single tear just rolling down his cheek.
The basement at the Markham Manor.
Yeah.
I feel like I've lost something.
Dust.
Oh my
It
God.
immediately
Okay.
doesn't feel good, Mr. Stark. Even
That's
the dust
cool.
goes
Oh, no.
away.
Yeah.
Even the dust, like, it doesn't like sit on the bed. It's just like it fades away over
I'm
like
gonna
a couple
pick
of
up
seconds.
the dagger and like almost like flinch, like expecting the dagger's gonna do the same thing.
like, poke it. Like,
Yeah. Ha!
no, that one doesn't fade.
Okay.
It's
Pick
an
that
actual
up.
dagger.
And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah. So that's a 26 total, right?
Yeah, with the
that's
plus
with
2.
the plus 2? Okay, I had to make sure. I'd double check. Okay.
Added the plus 2, yes. Because I have a perception score of 6 currently. I rolled an 18, so.
Okay, I have to open roll this. Give me. I'll put it over here. This is the one. Bonus from this, bonus from that. This. Woo! All right, yeah. Watch me roll fucking Garbo. I'm gonna roll kind of bad. I don't know if I have any. I don't. God damn it. Okay. So Eli, as you're like moving away from the bed to go check other things, and I'll get to the rest of your check.
I had never seen the GIF for when you don't have any.
I use them very sparingly, and nobody gives me any anymore. So, I just want to know what I would have got. All right, give me a second. I just want to know what would I have gotten. How fucked was I? Quite. Okay, it didn't matter. I feel better now. So yeah, as you're like going away from the bed to like go check one of the dressers, you feel something like hook, like something catches your belt for a moment. Oh, thank you, Denotso. Something catches your belt for just a second, and like when you like snap, like look around, like you kind of think maybe you like hooked it on part of the bed or something like that. Like you don't want to like take a step and rip your pants or whatever. So you just like whirl around real quick and don't move, and you definitely see something retreat under the bed. You're pretty sure it was a fucking hand. There's a hand under the bed.
It's like Toilet Ghost all over again.
No!
You didn't get a good look at it, so you don't know, like, you don't really even have details of it. You just saw, like, an appendage retreat underneath the bed.
It might be Thing.
I'm just frowning at Rahala.
What?
Something grabbed me and went under the bed, and all I saw was a hand and a forearm.
She's like sliding toward the door to the captain's quarters. It's okay. I'm gonna come over here. Maybe we can talk to it.
Sure.
From a distance.
Last time we did that. Yeah.
From a distance.
Scoot back. I'll try Thulian since everything else on this boat speaks Thulian.
Also, when you get over to the door, you're like about to speak, and you see now under the bed, like in like kind of the dark space under it. Didn't notice it before, but it's close enough now that your dark vision kind of opens up a bit more. You definitely see a face.
Wonderful.
Does not look like a demi, or honestly, you have not seen a creature like this. It is very reptilian looking. Definitely has like scales, like a very closed mouth, like slitted nostrils, and you can just see these like reptilian eyes glowing and looking at you from under the bed.
You know that thing you do when you go to talk to like an animal or a pet or a person or whatever, like a kid who's hiding under bed, whatever, where you get on your knees, kind of like not on your knees, but you know, you bend down, you put your hands on your knees. That's what I'm gonna do. So I can be more level with it. Be like, in Thule, be like, "Hi there, how you doing?"
It's getting ready to bounce.
You say that, and like you can see like the eyes and stuff, and then like the rest of it's sort of hidden behind the rest of its body, and you hear a very familiar sounding like, and then you see like next to it, it has activated a switchblade.
Oh,
you see like the gleam of it.
I'll scoot a little bit back, like, interesting.
And then it replies, also in Thule, and just says,
"Why you come here to captain quarters?"
So we're trying to move this boat. It's stranded, and we're just checking everything in the boat. We're trying to figure out if there was alcohol on board.
Usually, like, it actually bring up like a scaly finger. It goes,
oh, okay.
Trying to figure out if real. Are you hallucination?
I pinch myself and go, no. Not that helps.
You sure?
Let's not stop that one. I'm as real as I can be.
Do funny dance.
I don't know how that makes me less real, but sure, funny dance. Rahul, you know dances. Is there a thing I can do that's funny?
I don't think we should do a funny dance. I don't think that's gonna prove your hallucination. Like the eyes like move over, says, hallucination always do what he says. Okay, maybe you're real. Maybe you're real. Drop something. We'll scoop it up and see if real.
Sure, I take the billiard ball that I've had since
finally get to use it.
Yeah, and I'll roll it over.
It gets like within maybe 2 feet of the bed, and you see this like scaly kind of small clawed hand just like lash out and like snag, just and it drags it back under and like bites into it immediately.
Oh no! Don't do
you
that.
hear this like loud crunch, and then there's like a pause, and you can see their eyes widen slightly, and then like the brow like ridge kind of lowers. Oh, okay. He puts it down.
Should have warned you it wasn't edible.
He like scoots it so it just kind of tumbles, like the 2 pieces now tumble out from under the bed, and you hear like a couple of more gagging noises, and he like retreats back just like out of sight.
Okay, you're real. You go to the lancha?
No. We're in Tsetsegia.
Scrambles out from under the bed, and you can finally see the full view of this clearly small creature, very, very reptilian, and like as he comes out, a tail almost the length of, actually the entire length of his entire body, like snakes out from under it as well. He's definitely small enough to fit under there, but like the fact that it was so seamless is a little surprising, especially because of his coloration. His scales are just this like very bright sky blue. Looks like it would be pretty difficult for him to hide, but it wasn't.
Right.
And he's got these like really vibrant like yellow eyes. And it looks like he's dressed in what you would imagine like a sailor would wear. The clothes are a little bit ragged and they seem a bit too large for him. For them, they're not even sure gender-wise. As they like finally like snake their way out, and you can see they still have the switchblade there. And then in the other hand, it looks like they're holding like a small pouch now that they probably grabbed as they were on their way out. Let's see. Well, why not go to the lancha? It's a good place. It's good for trade. Has nice people and easy to sail the waters.
Well, we needing to get to a different part of Tsetsegia. We're already in the middle of something. We
Still
could
in
help
Tsetsegia?
you get to the launcher. Yeah, Tsetsegia.
Long is the journey. Tsetsegia's water's cursed. Should be around the world by now. You hear like a loud jingling as he's like waving the pouch next to him.
How long have you been on this ship?
Many sleeps. Some in comfy bed had resisted long time because what if Captain returns? But eventually, many sleeps, 100 sleeps, 200, 5, many hundreds.
That's a lot of sleeps. Okay. Where did you leave from?
Oh wait, make scratches. Not under bed would be disrespect. You will jog over to the little, like, or the long chest thing that's there. It kicks it. Won't open. You have key.
Maybe. May I? And I walk over and I cast knock on it.
Okay. Go ahead and boop, please.
Yeah, booping now.
Okay, you do recover it. You cast the spell. He seems kind of like It's hard to tell because the facial expression. He's not mammalian, so he doesn't do the things mammals do when they're happy. He doesn't like smile or anything like that. His demeanor shifts slightly, and he goes, "Oh, Mage Tongue be praised! His magic." He kicks the chest again, and this time it flops open. He goes, "Good, lost key," and he like reaches down into it. You can see there's like a bunch of scrolls and other things in there. It looks like it was probably organized, but someone rummaged through it several times, and it's definitely a mess now. And he pulls out what Eli, you will recognize as what's the fucking term for it? It's effectively it is a block of material used to like create parchment. But it's just the whole thing.
Okay.
And at a glance, you can see what he means by made scratches, right? Because it hasn't been pressed yet, effectively, right? You can kind of see what he means by made scratches. There's not like definite certain marks to it because it's not quite compressed enough to like hold that type of notch. He just stabbed it. So there's like little puncture holes. There's a lot. And you can tell, like, just at a glance, that the way he was doing it is like each little puncture was like it stabs one way and then another. Like, so it makes a little cross from the stab is like that's probably 2 sleeps. It's really, really full of them. You'd have to like look at it for a while to like actually count it out and try to figure out about how many it means and probably ask him. But it looks like at least at a glance, definitely over 10 years, regardless of how you interpret it.
Okay.
So it could be like, 18 years, or it could be, if you figure it like on like maybe these symbols mean a lot higher than you think, it could be in the hundreds.
Okay, so you've been here a long time. Okay.
Said many sleeps.
Many sleeps, you're right. What happened? Do you know where the captain went?
Oh. No. Captain said to hide. It's big event. There was a ship fight, and we rush to cave, and there's big ship behind, and helped, run around, do helping, but Kife's job was more to go on to boarding and weasel into things and bring stuff out. Was very good at it. And sometimes to stab, because pirates are nasty. So, sometimes to shoot, but, well, was not very good with shoot.
What did you say your name was?
Kife.
Kife, okay. I'm Eli. My associate here is named Rahola.
I have to get the accent thing on it. Hold on.
Yeah. There are more of us coming over. We're going to try and sail the ship.
Sail ship to where?
Out of here, and then we'll figure out from there.
Yes. Guess must do. Too many sleeps. Captain probably gone. Maybe forgot about Kife.
Maybe. There's also a chance the captain got eaten by these very nasty creatures that are off the boat that are very threatening to eat us. You're docked in a dangerous place.
Well, stayed hiding for a long time. Saw big creature. Saw them. Looked. Did not like. Came back to hide. Sleep.
Smart decision.
Sometimes sneak out. Get food. But if sleep, don't need much eat.
Okay.
Eating. Don't need to eat much.
Have you checked below decks recently?
Where goo? No.
Where goo?
No. Goo was meant to go different place, transport, get goo from one to other. But goo got big, very big, made problem, and hoped goo gone, goo not gone.
Okay. Where were you taking the goo from and to?
Don't know to. Remember? Don't remember to. Always know home. The Lancia.
Okay.
Goo brought from big city. First goo was small, but man white hair, short like Kife, but weird color hair. And I think Fen man, crazy Fen man,
Sounded wild.
goggles, big eyes. I thought Fen man was funny, but he make goo, different goo, many colors goo. Some move, some drink, and this goo move, and it turn into one goo becomes two, and this one problem made water, good water turn bad, made bland water salty.
Okay. I look at Rahala like anything.
I don't think an ooze is supposed to turn fresh water to salt water, but if it was created with alchemy, yes, if it was created with alchemy, then I could see it maybe causing a chemical reaction of some sort. But nothing happens for free, right? So even if it was causing this reaction, you would think the water would eat away it over time, unless there's like an exchange happening where over time the water is changing the ooze as the ooze changes the water, and they're going to become the same thing eventually. Ew.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't bode well.
I suppose that would explain why the water's black as it is. If the ooze is, and they're becoming some uniform... Oh, I don't like that at all.
Right, that seems real bad.
There is a certain thing called I mean, I don't know if it's real, but in certain circles, especially when you read books from the Caliphate that explore all sorts of theoretical magic and alchemy, there's a theory about the living lake, which is essentially if you had an ooze of some sort or a powerful enough alchemical reagent that was in a body of water, such as a lake, that has a level of either sentience or intelligence to it, or even just instinct, that if you could find a way that wouldn't be diluted as the ooze dispersed, you could in theory have a lake with an ego, so to speak, or even a larger body of water. And that feeds into a genius loci theory as well, which is like that'd be like an entire hillside that becomes intelligent. But I don't think that's what we're dealing with here. We're looking more at this particular underground lake could become that ooze.
Well, that's a massive ooze.
Very. And in theory, as long as whatever is causing that reaction continues, relatively lossless, it will just expand up this channel that we sit in until finally it runs out of resources.
Okay, that's bad. So how do we?
Yes, especially because in which case, if it can move, then it's going to go find new resources. And if it's an ooze, it doesn't really matter how large it gets. It can just sort of go into whatever space. I don't like any of this. We should probably kill that thing, or at least remove it from this area.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but how do we do that?
Well, it seems to need fresh water, in order to do what it's doing. So, at the very least, we should get this boat out to... Right. This definitely does not go all the way to the ocean, does it?
I don't think so.
But
how did this boat get here?
Yeah.
It's true, it must. Or unless it fell through something or came up. Switches to Thule. Kiefe, do you have any idea how the boat got here? You said you were being chased.
Yes. Chased by other boat. But Kiefe hid a long time ago. We were in cave, though. Big cave. Large opening, like big mouth. I think we were at Setsegia already? Yes, was at Setsegia. Don't know which part, but big open. And then we sail in, and we sail past things, and big ship shoots ballista at us, and then people on shore are angry, and they shoot not at us, they shoot at the other ship with bows and crossbows, and they throw rocks and other things, try to get them to stop shooting ballista. But we get into Big Mouth thing, and Captain shouts at Kiefe to hide and wait to come out, and Kiefe hears lots of things. It's very loud. It's very loud. Kiefe was wounded a little bit, so rested. And then when Kiefe woke up, it was quiet. And everyone gone, and it dark. And ship is here. Sleeps can last a long time, especially wound healing sleep. So maybe Kiefe was asleep too long.
It's certainly been a long time. Okay. Right. I guess let's see if we can find any paperwork or anything about that ooze. You said a Fen man created it, and you were supposed to be transporting it. So maybe there's paperwork or a shipping manifest or instructions.
Yes. Kiefe is going to go back under bed for now.
Okay. Well, we're gonna keep looking.
It's safer.
We're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna have some friends come over here. We'll make sure to tell them you're here, and we're gonna be having.
No. Kiefe is secret. Oh no. Maybe friends for you. Maybe traitors. Maybe enemies for Kiefe.
One of them is from Thule.
He backs.
He
like,
would be
under
your
the bed.
friend.
He backs all the way, and as he's doing it, he just goes,
Kiefe is secret. Grabs his knife.
Kiefe. We're gonna make dinner soon. I'll come bring you some food.
Yes.
Sam starts crying even harder.
Oh gosh.
Look, I suspect it's a kobold. I'm not sure. But it does give off big kobold energy.
Yeah.
Big kobold energy is still only about 3'5".
Yep. So you finish your search around the room. First of all, you do find other things in that chest.
Yeah.
You do find a manifest. It notes obviously things like supplies and the like that were like brought along the trip. You can see that there were obviously other trade goods meant to be transported. You are able to confirm that this was a Federo vessel. However, sorry, not that this was there was a Federo on this vessel. It is not a Federo vessel. That this was actually a merchant ship. And the captain was Kotega Kulim.
Okay.
Kotega. Last name Kulim.
Okay.
Which strikes you as that's an Ulis name.
It's an Ulis name. Okay.
In fact, hold on. No. That wouldn't be info for you. Okay, but it's actually that's a new list name. Neat. But yeah, you can tell that there was other trade goods and things they were meant to bring. Some got taken to Songguk, and then some were Setsegia bound. And you do see that there's like fruit, there's like linens, all sorts of different shit. But you do see part of the manifest does call out that there is what's called an ebon ooze. EBON, like ebony.
Yeah.
There's an ebon ooze, and supposedly it was in a metal crate, a treated metal crate.
Okay.
That was meant to contain it, and there was like notes that say if the metal doesn't work, to use the glass container, and then there's like a few other little details about it. You do see what are clearly some handwritten marks, like kind of on the opposite side of that same page, that say like EO, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be like ebon ooze. And then there's like a note that says growing ? And then below that it says growing period.
No.
And then there's like a ×3 crossed out, ×4 crossed out. And then it just says problem. And there's like a few little notes that you can tell are like, you're pretty sure like a nautical, like shorthand of some kind, maybe adjusting the speed or whatever. You can't quite tell, but they like definitely jot it down something very quickly that you can't quite parse. All of this written in Thule as well. You see that stuff. You do see that the other things of interest on like the rest of like the manifest and like a few other notes and things. Oh yeah, you find out the ship's name is Whistling Saint Sophie.
Whistling Saint Sophie. Okay. I'll ask Sam when he gets on board if that rings any bells, since he's from there. If he's maybe heard a story about it going missing or something like that.
Right.
Because it's obviously been here a long time.
Yeah. The Whistling Saint Sophie, and you see that there are apparently some potions on board. There apparently are some like a bunch of like alchemical items and things that they've brought for for wound treatment, for dealing with disease, but they have a stash of apparently 12 potions of cure disease. Basically meant for emergencies in case someone got super fucking sick and they just they couldn't just nurse them back to health in an emergency, pop a potion, right?
Great.
Especially if it's a good number of the crew.
Let me guess, that's below deck.
Yes. You see that like, pretty much all of the storages are below deck. Good news being, some of the things were stored on the second deck. Most of them are on the third. So assuming this fucking ooze hasn't filled up the third deck and is overflowing into the second deck, and it's just on the second deck where the manifest says it's supposed to be. So assuming that
interruption for a second, sorry.
All of that shit is on the third. Go ahead, sorry.
I had a connection interruption, so I missed some of that.
Oh, basically, there's a stash of 12 remove disease potions. Most of like their good shit, most of their actual trade goods and stuff are on that third deck.
Okay.
The ooze is supposed to be on the second deck. That's where it's meant to be. So unless it's gotten so big that it's like dripped into the third one and like filled it up or something, then that stuff is all safe. You just have to get through the second one to get to the third.
To get to it is the problem.
Neat. All right.
So you find that stuff out. You can see that there's like a bunch of other things kind of marked as important. A lot of it is in shorthand that you can give me a linguistics to see if you can decipher.
Okay, I am not trained in linguistics, I don't think, so it's just going to be intelligence.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Did it roll? Why didn't it roll? Roll, damn you, roll.
It's probably prompting you for the...
Yeah, but I hit submit and it didn't do it. There we go.
There it goes.
I just had to try it again, I guess. All right.
So yeah, 9. So you can't quite ferret that out. Rahala says she can probably figure it out with a little bit of time.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely find some maps. You find 2 very high quality maps. Definitely the kind you'd expect Federo to have. They likely gifted them to the captain or something to be like, let's make sure that this trip goes well, and it didn't. But
Obviously.
Still, you definitely find a lot more like you find like compasses and a few other things that you could tell would be very useful. You find a spyglass in there.
Pocket that.
The things you're finding in here they're also like very high quality. You can tell these are like probably the captain's personal items. Whereas they might have others, like they probably have other compasses. They probably have another spyglass somewhere. But these are like very well maintained. Let's see. You got really high. You find a few other things. You can see that no, actually, that wouldn't make sense. You find a few other things that I'll say probably aren't that important. And see, what was the other thing you were looking for?
Really was just looking for documentation and maps. What's the thing I was looking for?
So you found those, found the maps. The map is unmarked, so if this was the map they were using to navigate, they didn't mark it for some reason, but you're pretty sure that means that they used a different one to actually navigate, that these were more for like reference. Excuse me. That's all the stuff you find in there. In the drawers and things you find like lots of like clothes. You do find another dagger in one of the drawers. With your check, you find one of the dresser drawers has a hidden compartment in it, and there is there's like a small like wrapped paper bundle that's like tied. It's kind of like squarish brick shaped. You check in there. It is like a compressed brick of some kind of very like kind of odd, earthy, pungent smelling herb. That you
Sam
don't know off the top of your head. Yeah, you can run it by Sam. But definitely, that's in a hidden compartment for whatever reason. You see a few pretty large coins. 4 of them, in fact. They look very old. They don't look uniforms. You can tell they weren't like minted in like a uniform way. That they were obviously like hand pressed. We said 4 of those. Are you trained in knowledge history?
I believe I am. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I am. No, I am not. I'm knowledge local, planes, religion, dungeoneering, and arcana.
Are you trained in appraise?
Nope.
Okay. You can't really identify them. You can tell they're old, right? So obviously for a collector or something, maybe this captain was collecting these.
Cool.
Nightstand, you find what you're pretty sure is one of the... you would actually know immediately. You find a what's the goddamn word? I'm getting the aphasia. A flask. You find a fucking flask. That you smell. You're like, oh, yep, that is hooch for sure. But so like it's like a solid block nightstand, and you find surprise, another hidden compartment. It's not super hidden. It's obviously not meant to be. It's not really meant to pass scrutinized investigation. It's more just like for passing investigation. But you find it pretty quickly. You kind of open the front of it and find a bottle of what you immediately recognize as one of the Alsani Royal wines. Not only is it one of the Alsani Royal wines, it is... Let me go find my notes to make sure I call it the right thing. It is the Reviri wine, which is the gold Alsani wine, the most expensive of them.
Ooh, nice.
Which is worth a pretty penny. You know, you're not trained in... Oh, you don't give me local. It's local for you.
Okay, cool.
You know Alsani culture. or regional stuff and Persian culture. 23. Okay, so yeah, you know that not only is this one of the Reviri Gold, this is the Reviri Elite. Ooh. Probably a reason they hadn't opened it yet. Which, you know, the regular gold goes anywhere from like 50 gold pieces per bottle to like maybe 150. Wow. The Elite starts at 200 gold a bottle.
Oh, wow. I'm going to shake this at Rahala, though, when I pull it out and be like... just cause...
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Are we going to drink it or sell it? It's usually the question.
We'll vote on that one, I guess. It depends on how bad today goes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so you just know that that's like... That could be really expensive, and the fact that it's been in here for at least as long as that weird reptilian guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you know, it's probably pretty well aged.
Oh, man.
You can't hydrate us when we're over time.
Old drink.
Okay.
Kombucha face.
It's probably very expensive. Okay. And probably tastes good if you like that sort of thing. Good God. So, fuck, I drank way too much of that. Fucking eyes are watering. So, yeah, you find that thing. That could be awesome. The other dresser, you find more fine clothes. Actual legitimate, like, noble's clothes. Some jewelry. And, fuck, what was the other goddamn thing I was going to try to point out before we stopped? Was there anything else you guys called out you were looking for that I'm forgetting before I hit this loop in my head?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that was it. Stuff that we were looking for specifically.
Okay. So then the other thing you find in there is the thing I would have started with if you had rolled low, because it's actually something that stands out, is what looks like a medallion that has... It looks like a ship's wheel, and in the center of it is a skull with like two small, like little diamond eyes, and like surrounding the skull, seemingly intertwined with the ship's wheel, looks like either vines or could be like tentacles. You're not sure.
Okay.
It's not super clear. Like, you can just tell it's like some tendril-like form seems to branch out from like the skull spot around the ship's wheel. It seems to be made of very... Oh wait, yeah, you're not trying to praise. It looks like it's made of gold, and then like the eyes have little diamonds in them. And the teeth of the skull seem to be made out of like one piece of crystal that they've like notched to look like teeth.
Interesting.
There's no chain or anything on it like that, like hanging off your neck. You just like pick it up. It's kind of weighty because gold is heavy. That you don't need to be trained in appraise to go, that's worth a lot. You don't know what it is. Looks cursed, but it's definitely worth a lot of money.
All right, cursed and worth a lot of money. Sure. Let's be very ginger with that one. Yeah. Not the shorts, but careful.
Cool. And so, with your search concluding, the presumable kobold hiding under the bed, and we'll say at this point everyone now finally migrated over to the ship, we will conclude our session.
Hooray!
I'll go get the rest of the tokens later. But yeah, that was session 100. Y'all met a kobold and somehow didn't get eaten.
My internet messed up again, so I missed a bunch of that. I heard y'all met a kobold, so It's fine.
Well, we're over. I don't have time to repeat all.
Yeah,
It's
fine.
We'll go over it after. But yeah, 100 session.
Yes, thanks for joining 100 sessions, guys.
100.
It's
100.
Ellie. It's not our 100th anniversary.
No.
We will never see that.
Joke's on you. Sam, I lived, bitch, will continue living.
To continue to live.
Yeah, but we won't see it.
No.
But yeah, 100 episodes. You guys found a kobold. You found some super nice alcohol. You discovered some bones.
Yay.
You did other things. You accidentally outed yourself as an idiot to Hattie. Sam, you
Accidentally.
Woman. Yeah.
You what else did y'all do? Y'all saw a big ooze thing?
A big ooze, real big ooze.
Yeah. I guess what we could have done, we're not gonna do it now. We're way over, and also I don't have the answer to this question. What we could have done beforehand was had people figure out what their stars and wishes of the campaign so far were. But that would take some time to like figure out. We can't do that on the spot.
But you know what? We might put that stuff in the Discord, which you should join if you're not a part of it.
Wow.
Exit screen.
Since we're going to the exit screen, I'm going to say if you're on Twitch, please remember that all of our video replays get posted on the following Monday on YouTube. If you're on YouTube watching us, we go live every Tuesday on Twitch, so you can come and say hi. We also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/unnatural_1s, and there's new content being added there all the time. Right now, you can join for the low price of a minimum of $1 a month. You can always give us more, which we would definitely appreciate. The last episode of Tabletop Tours got posted about the Pokemon trading card game, not TCG Pocket, the app. I make that very clear. Although I have been playing a boatload of that as well, and have so many things on there. But the actual TCG, the next one, I already spun my wheel, is going to be an intro into Warhammer 40k, and that's going to be a 2-parter, potentially a 3-parter, because wow, there's a lot. Because I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to talk about the rules, and then I was like, well, then I have to talk about how to build an army. Then I have to talk about how to choose a faction, and then and it just kept inventing. So that's gonna be the next one. If you guys want to check that out, part 1 of that, anyways. So, yeah. We are gonna have Keegan plug his other endeavors that he is a part of in Scott's things. With the
I stepped away for like a half
second. Yeah, he did. So that was just like, my brain was just rotting for a minute there. We also have social media if you want to interact with those. Do all the like, comment, subscribe things you're supposed to do on all the stuff. I'm bad at that part of the plug, but whatever. Hey, we didn't hit any snails tonight.
Yeah, we somehow didn't. I was just looking. I was like, man, damn, we didn't do any of that.
I think I rolled a 1, but not a snail ticket.
It was on. Yeah, it was on your recover
thing, which we don't count. But no, yeah, tomorrow on Lost Initiative, we will be doing more campaign where I will be playing Mikhail and hopefully not being harassed by a mule. So that'll be fun.
One can hope.
What the hell were we doing? We were doing something. I think we were about to hit our downtime. Yeah, we got some. Yeah, we have some stuff to do. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I will hope to see you there.
Yeah.